It's something that has nothing to do with what you wanted. Hello, hello.
It,
Maybe.
it's open for interpretation, right?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
exactly. That's what we'll see. Well, guys, you catch it up during the middle of the conversation with the Scotch Fow because we're so excited about this live show that we already, started debating, talking about the artworks. But yeah, hi everyone. Hi Scotch. A long time no see.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Well, it hasn't been that long, really, but yeah, too long for sure. Too long.
Well, anything more than a week without seeing you, it's too much. That's.
I agree.
Well, we already have Butt Snub here, GM, Butt Snub. I hope that this is going to be a pleasant show as much for you as for us, because actually we are doing this a little bit for us. We'll see if people enjoying, but it's mainly it's mainly for us. GM
Yeah,
Legends, base chain.
yeah.
Oh my god, we
Base
also
in the
have Como.
house. Morning base
Nice.
chain, Konya.
Well,
Awesome.
people were expecting this.
Well, let's hope that they didn't expect too much, especially DocT. Let's hope that we don't, as you were saying just before, offend DocT with any of our clumsy naming of art pieces or anything like that.
Exactly.
But I mean, like I've got to tell you, I've spent quite a lot of time with this collection over the last week, and some pieces it still just evades a naming for me. It's just this it's tough, and it's a big responsibility to name these pieces. And anyway, I'll talk a little bit more about that once we start, but
No. Well,
I'll
the
let
thing
you
is,
kick on.
it's gonna be a difficult exercise because you have the things that you see for
Yeah,
yourself, let's say, that you connect with your own experiences, but you also, when you know a little bit about DocT, and I also learned a little bit lately that helped me understand many of the artworks. So you'll have these two layers, and it's gonna be funny to see our different opinions and everything. But yeah, guys, so let's let's go, because maybe you're watching this and you don't even know what we're talking about. So the idea of this show is to go through each artwork of the Revisiting Elsewhere collection. So let me just put it here. Let's go. Revisiting Elsewhere collection. So for those who don't know, it's our upcoming collection by DocT. After doing My Brain on Chain, Portraits of Dissonance, and giving a weapon to 100 collectors here, we are finally revealing this, let's say, final step of this whole narration before working on new things with Doc. It's called Revisiting Elsewhere. It's a collection that both Scotch and I are complete fans. Being honest, I know that you collected already a few of the artworks from the chapter one that he did on Ethereum. But yeah, guys, the idea is to try to give a title to each one of the artworks by sharing a little bit of our feelings. What do we see in each artwork? And for that, we are going to use a platform that's actually available to all DocT collectors right now. They are already participating on it. So you just need to connect your wallet where you hold the DocT piece, and you'll see this platform that we're going to share in a minute, where you can just experience an artwork and yeah, try to give him a name, give them a name. Why are we doing this? Because these titles are going to be suggested to the final collectors. So the final collectors, once they collect a piece, they will have to title these artworks, and they'll have the choices, all of the suggestions, or if you are a DocT collector in the first phase, you can also write your own title. So this is going to be fun playing with in the collecting platform. What else? What else before starting that I wanted to share? Of course, if you want to know about the collection, go to vivid.gallery. It's the feature collection. You will have this live show that we did already with Doc last week, where we talked about the collection and everything. We're going to talk a lot more, of course, on Discord, on X, on Instagram. Follow us everywhere, please. And but yeah, here there is a lot of information already, and you're going to learn more today. And if you want to get a whitelist or just simply discover the collection, go here, take the Revisiting Elsewhere test, where basically you just have to choose between two artworks, which one moves you the first. And I know that Scott, you spent a lot of time here. I know who did the 2K votes. That's you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think so. Yeah.
it's funny. Well, guys, and please, if you're watching this now, don't forget to like and repost the stream. I know that there is like this option right there. It's a little special on X broadcast, but yeah, repost the show so more people can enjoy that with us. And of course, we are also going to do that by our own. But please participate in the comments if you see something that we don't see. If you want to comment anything, please do it because this is really the purpose of this show. So, Scotch, before we start, maybe you want to share something or what?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, it's worth saying that everybody in our ordinal ecosystem would love for that one big name to come
Mhm.
to art on Bitcoin, right? Everybody wants the Beeple or the Banksy or, someone that's going to bring a lot of eyes onto our
True.
dark little corner of Web3 that we've got going on at the moment here on Bitcoin. But it's really worth remembering that we've got our own homegrown heroes that are doing amazing things here. Like we've got Cybersea, Medusa, Haruto, Orkan, Lemon Haze, and
Yeah,
absolutely DocT. And there are others as well, who are really trying to do their best, artwork on the blockchain. But these are the guys that are going to be really sought out and looked for when inevitably millions of people start to collect art on Bitcoin.
the
And
pioneer.
here we are rubbing shoulders with these guys. We're here at the inception of art on Bitcoin, and it's really, really exciting.
Yeah,
And if more people stopped chasing the PFP pumps and they started to look at the fine art market that's being handcrafted, by you guys, by Vivid, and some other artists that are doing their absolute best to sort of bring up this grassroots movement, then
mm,
they'd see what you and I see. They'd see the potential.
I
They'd
hope
see
so.
that
They are
this
doing.
this is it's a detailed, nuanced space that's got so much potential. So
It has. The thing
let's hope.
is, we're really starting, and I really encourage everyone to do their best because we are so early that there are not that many people, and you are doing, you are inscribing on Bitcoin. So do your best, and just wait, for what happening. That's for me the vision that I'm sharing, and we have base chain here that agrees. So where is the remove for broadcast? You're not shown.
You don't
Maybe.
realize that base chain's just my alt
Ah,
account, do
he's
you?
here. Look, look, he's just super small here. Can you see it? He was here super small.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Okay, perfect. We have you, base chain. But
Cool.
yeah,
Thank you.
man, DocT is amazing. I think it's our own little legend here. This little guy that we see here. I love this artwork here. I love that he integrated himself into the collection directly and not only through his experience. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's go with the naming platform. No, not this one. This one. Okay, we have it. I hope that you can see well enough. Yeah, it works well. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, this is the platform where DocT collectors, us included, of course, can participate in and lead the experience. And yeah, let's go, Doc. Let's fucking go tiny chunky at the same time. Exactly.
This
Okay,
is
perfect.
this is hard for me actually doing it this way, and it's not in order because I've had the
Yeah.
opportunity to sort of sit down and think
Ah, yeah, the
about these
200.
artworks, and
True.
so I've got them, all stepped out. And for me to be able to look at one and then try to find it on my own platform, and then try to find what I would have named, it's going to be really challenging for me. So if you see me
Yeah.
madly scrolling or not listening to you, that's what I'm doing. But
No
this
worries.
is this is an intriguing piece. I mean, they're all intriguing, but
Let's go. So,
yeah,
Scotch, what does this artwork? Yeah, what do you see in this artwork? To me, this is I'm gonna say this is not one of my favorites. I have them pretty clear in my mind. So once I have them, I will let you know. But I love this artwork since the moment zero because it's basic. Like everyone can relate to that. Of course, I think that here, DocT talking about being underwater the first time. And it's funny because in this collection, you always have these children. And I don't know exactly if DocT what wanted to say that he experienced that at that age, or if it's also a style. But do you think that people like children can really be underwater? I don't know. Like I had a happy youth, I guess, and I only felt
I think
underwater once I started, working on my own business.
I think it depends. I think that it's very possible for young people to have, emotional problems and so forth, where they feel like they're drowning. Perhaps their peers are good looking, perhaps they're charismatic, perhaps they've got rich parents. There could be so
Yeah,
many different reasons why children feel insufficient, and they could feel like they're drowning amongst their peers. They're not noticed, nobody hears them. There's possibly a lot of reasons why they could feel like that. And I mean, you're a very outgoing guy, and perhaps the culture that you grew up in is very accepting and quite liberal, and everybody has
well,
a
I
wonderful
had
kind of
the chance.
rural kind of maybe growing up in the countryside or small towns or something like that. Whereas big cities, you can imagine like people just
Mm,
would get swamped, right? And
yeah.
so I think it's very possible that a young person like this could feel like they were drowning.
Mm.
Um,
And what I love here is that he's underwater, he's drowning, he's underwater without showing any
no fear.
particular feelings.
Yeah,
That's what it's great. It's like experiencing this for the first time without even understanding what's happening to you, and without sharing anything. And that's also nobody can really help you.
yeah,
So I guess that's also something that you learn over time,
yeah.
right?
One of the challenges for naming these pieces for me is that I fear that by giving them names that relate to my own personal experience,
Hmm.
that I might be imposing boundaries on the viewer's own experience instead of
But we need
inciting
to
further
think it the other way.
reflection.
It's more like also suggesting something that maybe they didn't see and they also can also understand. And that's the beauty of this collection, that everyone has his own experience, but it's also
It's
great to
true.
understand the others, what
It's
they're doing.
true. But I think that Doc nailed it with the first collection, the first on-chain collection on Ethereum, because he gave them a single word title,
Yeah.
and that just allows them. It's just another spark for
Mhm.
contemplation, and that
Yeah.
allows them to fit into our own memories and experiences very well, without sort of like suggesting too much. So he has been implicit rather
Yeah.
than explicit.
He mentioned
So
that
that's
in the show. He said that he couldn't wait to see what people came up with, because this is going to be a very chaotic namings in the whole collection. So yeah, it's going to be
yeah.
different.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
But
it's going to be.
also, I think he was very clever because he
Yeah.
didn't. Well, let's just put it this way: he saved himself about 400 hours of work naming this collection. I would imagine. So
There's we are leveraging the
it's
community here. We didn't want to work anymore, so say, guys, please help us. No, it's interesting what Butts just said. To me, he's unaware of the chaos around him, and that's exactly it. And that's, I guess, the
yeah,
beauty of most of these feelings when you experience them for the first time. You're not, maybe ashamed is not the word, but as it's your first time experiencing this chaotic feeling, you're like, well, it's normal. Maybe I don't know. I'm learning so many things. I'm discovering so many things that maybe this is not something new that I need to share about. And and I guess that particularly with this kind of feeling, with being underwater, it's something that you really learn to talk about during your time, like once you
yeah.
understand that by also sharing that feeling with people, you can receive some support, some help. Maybe
Mm,
that's when you show it a little bit. But yeah, let's
mm,
give a title. Man, we have so many that we need
I
to
know. We're going to be here for like 3 days, I think.
we're gonna do
But
a couple or three shows. We'll see.
it's true though that he could actually be just sensing an immense amount of calm, and that the
Oh.
being underwater blocks everything else out. There could be that also. I mean, there's so many different ways to look at DocT's artwork, and that's what we say. That's the beauty. It fits into everybody's own perceptions, their own experiences, and so forth. So,
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, we're gonna have to crack on. So, what do you reckon? Have you named it yet?
Well, I was gonna just before here, Doc T told us that he already buried in the suggestion. So you already did the work. It's
Oh
true,
wow,
yeah.
okay. Wow. I mean, I would have imagined so. I mean, I think DocT's a perfectionist and a workaholic, so I have no doubt that has his own ideas. Okay, type something, Gerard.
Uh, well, I'm gonna say quietly. Oops, quiet. Oh my god. Yeah, like this. Quietly calm. Because I want to play against the first thing, and I like what you said about maybe he's just, he doesn't hear anything. He's underwater,
Yeah,
but in a
maybe he's
positive way.
drowned everything else out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Up. Let's go with the next one. Oh,
Oh, this piece, this is wild. This piece, and I looked at this piece. I'm not joking. I looked at this piece for probably half an hour, and yeah, such an interesting piece. So
man.
for me, I get this child is growing, but like you've got two parts of this child. One is obviously younger than the other,
Hmm.
and so you wonder, what this child is feeling. What is the emotion between um, the older version of this child? Is there an imbalance of the way this child has developed? That's the first thing that's come to my mind. Is there a yeah, it's so many of these pieces are just wild. They just tie me up, and I just can't stop thinking about them and
I
trying to
think we
figure
need
out
kind
what.
of a process, for this. Like, I think what I'm going to say first is what we either have to explain something that reminds us or how it connects with us, and also then what could it mean generally. But for me, I guess that's maybe not what everybody is gonna look like at first because you said the growing part, and I also see that. But the first thing that I saw in this piece was in relationship with my older brother. Why? Because we have this picture where we were both babies, maybe like 6 months yeah, 6 months old, and in the same clothes, and we are exactly the same. And it's even my parents sometimes struggling like, oof, which one was who? I don't know. And it reminded me of this because I have a lot of similarities with my brother. We're really, yeah, we have more of the same personality, but also I learned a lot from his experiences, and he was always um, a figure of authority, and someone that I really liked and considered to be a figure, that I wanted to follow. But then also by learning from his experiences, I learned that there are some things that I didn't want to do, and that's when I changed. And to me, this is where I see it's like I could have become more or less the same person, but I also it's a newer version, and I really see this in this artwork because also of the clothes. Because in my family, I wore the clothes of my older brother, and my younger one also wore some when we were children. And yeah, I don't know. It's something that I really connect with, and I love my brother, so I guess that's why I thought about it.
Nice,
I don't know
nice.
if DocT has a brother, but if he has,
Well,
but
you know, I've seen like twins come up quite a lot in this
yeah,
collection, and I have wondered whether Doc T was a twin, um, and
I
it's
don't
yeah,
think.
it's a very very. This is this is an unsettling piece for me.
Hmm.
It's like growing pains. I could call this growing pains, or I could I could
Growing.
also there's a fracture there as well. This.
Yeah, and the thing, growing pains. The thing is, when you play with the colors, you also have like these two parts of you where you have this calm part of you. It's the green color, and the more active one with the red. So it's also trying to find the balance between these two personalities that you have. But the thing is, in this artwork, you particularly see that there is one, as you said, that looks younger, and it's difficult to play with that. But Snap just say out of the shell comes to me from this one. Out of the
That's a,
shell.
that's a
That's
good
that's a good
thought
one.
too.
Yeah,
It's nice.
true. Well, we go with growing pains for you. Let's go.
Well, for me, it's the only thing that I've sort of I've come up
Well,
with
we'll
for
try to
now,
go
apart
one
from
one
getting
by
too dark,
yeah.
because some of the other thoughts are pretty dark. Um,
Oh
you
man,
know,
feel free. Just like this, huh?
yeah,
Right? Yeah.
I can't read it. I've got too many things going on my laptop screen, so I can't really
Okay,
go
okay.
into this piece as
Oh,
well.
this one is one
Man,
of
this,
the top ones in the collector's choice. Oof.
okay, go on.
The thing is, DocT posted a reel, AI generated reel with this artwork, and if I remember correctly, he was talking about like enjoying life because at one point it's gonna oh sorry it's gonna finish and they're gonna disappear, gonna die, and try to enjoy every moment. But here, when I first saw it, you know I remembered about this disappointment of planting something or doing something, because I planted a lot of stuff. I was living in the countryside and we were planting a lot of stuff, and experiencing this bad feeling where you were excited about getting something, but at the end it's dead. It's already dead. And particularly it reminded me something that I've unfortunately experienced in my close entourage. A person that lost his baby just before giving it to birth, and they were extremely excited about having this child and everything. And I thought about this because it was so fresh and it was such a difficult experience for them. And I remember at that time, like just the day before that happened, we're just saying, "Hey, good luck. We hope that he is gonna be cute." You don't say, "You, I hope that that everything is gonna be fine," because nowadays, nobody expects that anything's gonna be go bad. And I remember all the night thinking about how the best day of your life can suddenly become the worst day of your life. And it's this duality where, yeah, in the same day, you can go from one opposite to the other. And of course, I guess that this artwork may not see that, but that's what I saw. That's just what I saw, like trying to get something
Mm.
and that you were excited about, and actually it's dead. It doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
Well,
This is
there's another piece. There's another piece in this collection that brings that completely to the fore of my mind. That situation that you've just mentioned there. For me, my title for this one was reconciliation, because for me this is a skull much larger than this boy's, and
true.
to me that's 100% an olive branch in his hand. To me it's like a son that perhaps had a troubled relationship with his father. His father has now passed on, and that's like him taking that olive branch and making peace
Oh,
with his father's memory, as so that he can also move on in his own life, because he's obviously got feelings of guilt or whatever that's holding him back or troubling him. So that's what I see out of this one. So for me, I would title this piece Reconciliation.
I love that. I love that, and I think that you're completely right. Conciliation. Like that. I love that. Next one. Not this one. I love the artworks with women
Yeah, me too. They're my favorites.
because I believe that, like, depending on your experiences with women, you can have a complete different opinion about what they say. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, but this is a lovely piece, and it's one of the lighter pieces of the collection. And
True.
I've just really simply named this. Once again, trying to stick with one word titles wherever possible. Just trying to call this one something very light, like affection, or mutual affection, or something like that. Because as humans, we can find affection from so many different things. It doesn't just have to be another human. Somebody
Hmm.
could come home from a long day of work. She could be a nurse, she could be anything. Comes home, the house is completely empty except for the parrot. and she gets that affection, and it obviously gets affection back from her, and there's this wonderful interchange, and animals are just amazing, right? They're just the best.
Love.
And so it's this is just very, very light for me, very happy, and
Mm.
yeah, it's a great piece.
To me, it's happy, but it also reminds me. I don't know if you know about this song from Supertramp called "Loverboy." Which tells the story about this guy that learns how to deal with women, and there is this sentence where it says he uses a sentence or a tactic that he learned in a book, and and I thought about this in this song, in this artwork, because the parrot, is the figure that always repeats stuff, and it's like, okay, the woman fell for the just a guy that is repeating a sort of tactic or shitty line, and and I love seeing that in this artwork, Loverboy. So if you like it, I would call it Loverboy.
Up to you. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
Loverboy. Ooh.
Yeah.
I've seen another version of this artwork where you have a lot of negative space, the top, and it felt even harder, pushing everything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you go first this time. What do you think?
Man, I think we could say that it was a little bit like the first one, where this person was overwhelmed underwater. But here it's a little bit different because it's taking over the green space, which is like calm. So it's not really about getting in trouble, getting underwater, but more about losing this tranquility in life. And I like it because this person is kind of getting in the young age. He's not a child anymore, or he's already a grown one. So it's maybe losing this yeah, this calm, this peace that you have when you're a child. No.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. My title for this piece was Capitulation, which means it's the act of surrendering or yielding, typically under pressure or against your will.
Yeah.
And that often just implies a reluctant or forced submission to a stronger force or a demand.
Hmm.
And it kind of ties in well with our space, right? With the crypto space, Bitcoin, and everything. And there's a lot of people that capitulate,
Yeah, that's true. Well, I
especially
see that you
leverage
already
traders.
prepare yourself. Huh? You have some advantage. You already you already have the titles.
What do you mean I've got an advantage? You've had this
Uh,
collection longer than I have.
no, but yeah, I like this title. So I agree. Capitulation. Capitulation. Next one. Ooh. I like this one because to me it's really about the family,
Okay.
about like feeling that you're tied somehow to your family or to other people, and now you are thinking of, do I really want to disconnect from these people or like untie the, what do you say,
I don't know.
the center when you tie together cords, there is
Like
a
a knot.
nod exactly, yeah, a nod, yeah. So yeah, that was for me, and the fact that it's red, it's also showing that it's not getting you into trouble, but but it's affecting you in a negative way, and maybe that's time where you need to untie the knot.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
wondering.
When I looked at this piece, it became clear that there was a piece of that fabric or the cord that was knotted, but he cannot untangle that without letting something go. So he has to release with one hand, at
Mm.
least, to be able to untie that knot. And so for me, yeah, it's a very, very interesting piece, and I sat with that piece for a while as well, just thinking about the best choice of a word for that. But I just put unraveling, because you just never know when you release something to try to make something better. You don't know how it's going to go. It could get worse. and it could unravel, which is ultimately what he wants. He wants to get the knot out of it, but
I think so. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's
I think he's
it's
wondering. He's just wondering,
it's just a. I think it plays on multiple planes for me.
unraveling like this, right? This one is one of with the most with the top grains. I think this was like high intensity grain level here, as you can see, and of course
Yeah,
it's the effect.
yeah,
It's not one that particularly, resonates with me.
yeah.
What about you?
Um, for me, it was a title, something along the lines of silence. In other words, like make it stop, like make the voice inside my head stop. So
Mm,
this person is prepared to go to any length to try to subdue that voice in his head.
mhm.
Um, so once
Ah,
again, it's a disquieting piece.
it plays with the
But
migraine, right? Also, because
yeah,
I know that a lot of people that have
yeah,
migraine,
yep,
it's on the front, right? Fortunately, I think I never experienced migraine. I have a hard time stopping my my brain thinking, but yeah, fortunately, I never experienced it. So maybe that's also connected. I I like it, but the thing is, I think it didn't resonate with me because that's really not how I try to silence my thoughts, and just I
but it's
I just saw that you.
nobody usually takes the hammer to themselves, but
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a
I
very
know, but
overt way of showing that this person's obviously in a lot of pain. So
Mhm.
it's like perhaps this will help. you know,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I guess that everyone has a different solution for that because it's really, when you think about it, it's it's really interesting to see that there are very, very, very few times where your brain is completely dead and silence and
Right.
lets you breathe. Um, and I wonder if it's really something that everyone experiences, because I know that usually it's for people that are really anxious, stressed, and always thinking about it. And depends on the kind of life that you have. But I know some people that really live a quiet life, and but the thing is, once you are, zombified with the algorithm, so it's not even, it doesn't even work, because for me it supercharges everything else. You just spend 30 minutes scrolling, and you think that you manage to stop the thoughts, but then it just comes out stronger than
Yeah,
ever, and
of course.
that's fine. But yeah, great piece definitely with high level of intensity in the grain. So a grail. I don't know, how do you want to call it, man. It's hard for me to title this one.
Yeah. I just
Intense.
had silence, but in capital letters. It was like silence! Exclamation mark, capital letters.
Love that. Silence.
Yeah, at all costs.
Ah.
Mm.
You can play with two main things, I guess. Here, one is the when you're growing, and you can your mom leaves you, and you are flying with your own wings. But also it could mean, kind of death. Like, I know a mom that lost his her child, and just praying and thinking about him. That could also mean thinking, expecting that he's in paradise. She's a very religious person. um so when I look at these artworks, I cannot just stop thinking about that person who's pretty close
Yeah,
to. Mm,
but
but
that's definitely what it is symbolizing for me anyway. Is that yeah, the young child is, or the boy has passed away, and yeah, I don't have a title for this one though, so this is on you.
mhm. I'll call it Tears in Heaven.
Sounds like a line of a Led Zeppelin song or something.
Eric Clapton.
No, it was close.
Yeah. Oh, I was really wondering what this artwork means, to be honest.
Yeah,
Well, at least what's
yeah,
the experience from DocT? Because
yeah.
it's a very curious one.
Absolutely. I mean, I looked at it and I thought that's a very plump looking apple. Is she injecting like Botox and filler into that apple to make it perfect?
Hmm.
But then I also thought, like I ended up titling it dose. It's like she's putting medicine in the apple for then perhaps to give to somebody, whether they know about it or not. So for me, yeah, I titled this one dose, but yeah, no, it's a curious piece as well for me.
For me, she was injecting poison, and I guess that's the
Yeah,
second
yeah, 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 yeah. No, but that's
because
that's what I
that
mean.
little
Dose. It could
flask,
be poison. It could be medicine. Everything is a poison in the right dose.
true. But the
So
thing is, she doesn't inspire me trust with these red clothes. You know, I'm
you've
more,
been hanging around the machine too long. Mm,
yeah, that's maybe it. No, but the thing is also when you know about Doct's background, of course, of being a pediatrician, and
yeah,
you can always you can connect a lot of things to medicine and to being a doctor
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Hmm.
I promise never to inject your fruit. Okay. All right, Gerard. I promise I will never inject your fruit with anything.
Uh,
Anything,
thank you so much. We won't need
unless it's really
another.
needed.
That's what they all say. An apple a day. That's a good title. Let's title it that way.
What is
An
it?
apple. An apple a day. That's what Budsnap said.
That apple might only need one doctor ever.
That's one of your favorite, right? Oh no, not this one.
No,
It's the other one
no,
with the woman. Yeah.
no, I don't have a title for this piece yet, but yeah, no, it's an intriguing piece as well. Obviously, like for me, I see a girl in a classroom, and you know, doing what students do, but her imagination is perhaps running wild,
Yeah, she
and
really
she's
shouldn't be
thinking,
here.
yeah,
That's really not her
yeah,
place. Mm.
that's a good piece though.
Yeah.
One word title. What would you call it? One word title, Gerard.
One word
Thinking
title.
about
I was.
thinking.
It's also kind of difficult for me because I'm not that good in English, and I'm trying to find the right word. But I was trying to find the word to say that she's really not in the right place. Um,
Mhm.
but I can't find the word in English. Oh, it's a hard one. What? Oh shit! Oh no! I pressed enter without. I wanna write it. What am I doing here? Uh, because that's a question that I ask myself like hundreds of times in class. Particularly in the engineering university, I was like, "What the
Okay.
fuck am I doing here?" Like,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fair
yeah.
enough.
Daydreaming, good one too, but not.
Hmm.
This one is one of the my favorite ones. I love.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. I love this piece. Yeah.
Mm.
Daydreaming. Bud Snob said about the previous one. Yeah.
Yeah, previous one. Yeah.
Too late. Gerard's moved forward now. We can never get back there.
Well, but Snap,
Never get.
she's a holder, so she can complete that by herself. Um, that's a good one, man. It reminds me. I was about that same age, I guess, when I was with my father and my brother going to the mountains, and I have so many pictures. Like my parents are divorced, and every time that I came back to see my father and to see my dad, we're going to the mountains in Catalonia, and And I have so many pictures. So most of my memories from that age is being in the mountains and playing. And I specifically remember a short video that I have. I don't have that many, but there is a short one where I'm super excited, climbing faster than everyone. That everyone's saying, "Hey guys, come on!" So it feels to me like the first victory, the first time you actually feel that you're winning something. Um, and also an experience that I got playing ping pong with my father, and so always letting me win. To try to give you the endless motivation and trust in yourself. But yeah, it's I guess it's a classic, no? Well, I don't know. Maybe you have completely different feelings.
When I look at this piece, I have very different feelings. Yeah, yeah. For me, I see a jester's hat. I don't see a crown. And it reminds me of always being the class idiot, at school. The class clown. I was the funny guy. I was always just there to make people laugh. And if I was going to reach for a crown, it'd be the jester's crown. And
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting piece, and I love it. I love the dark background, with the you know bright red and the boy reaching for it. But what it actually, what I would actually title it, I haven't come to that conclusion yet. But it's a wonderful piece.
Hmm. Hmm. So maybe we can
And
it.
reaching, if I was going to be sticking to my one word kind of methodology, I'd probably go with something like reaching, because everybody wants to reach for something,
Why don't you go
and it's
with
different.
bouffon then? The bouffon, is it the same word in English? In French, it's like the bouffon, the actually the guy that his job is to make people laugh, and more in the
Different word.
medieval times, no? Bouffon.
No,
Okay.
no, different word.
Uh, okay, and reaching. No, you said
Just reaching, just one
reaching,
word.
reaching.
Because it could be somebody reaching for anything that they were really wanting.
True. Hmm. Hmm.
It's a bit too simplistic for that piece. I know that, but I just haven't come with to like a solid name yet.
I don't particularly resonate a lot with this artwork because I started reading kind of late. Um,
23.
like 1 year ago, I started reading.
Yeah. Vivid. VIV.
No, but I was playing a lot with computers, and I started reading quite late. Yeah, it's true. Like particularly fantasy reading. I discovered that very late. I was more into movies and series and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Perfectly Lost was something that I was toying with. Perfectly Lost, or
Perfectly lost.
Fantastically Lost, or something like that, because he's completely not in his bedroom. He's exactly where he needs to be, and that's in that adventure. So
Yeah, it's true that he's in a corner randomly there. He doesn't care about where he is. True,
yeah.
perfectly lost like that. Perfectly lost. I think that the lost is kind of important here. Which one? This one is one of the top ones too by collectors. Oh man, it's not something that I can resonate with at first time. I never experienced such a thing, I guess. Hmm.
This is a tough one for me. I really like it though. Like, I really
Yeah,
like it. I'd be
really
very
great.
happy to own this piece, but this is a tough one for me. Somebody that cared for both parents in the last years of their life, and just spend time with them, and just doing all manner of little things together, and then one day they're not there anymore,
Hmm.
and it's yeah, it's a
For me,
very,
there
very
he's
strong piece.
showing he's showing pictures also. Like that's how I imagine. For me, it's a photo book. like
Yeah.
a wedding book or whatever, and saying,
Mhm.
this is what I would love for you to see, but you weren't there, and
Yeah.
just trying to
Yeah.
imagine how I would tell you this story by showing these pictures. So
Mm.
I'd love to see like what I would have loved you to see. I'm more of a, long
You're a
title kind of
sentence kind
guy.
of guy,
Yeah.
which is great. And everybody's different. Everyone's going to have their own thoughts and their own fantastical names. But
Mhm.
I'm just trying to keep to the philosophy of allowing for more,
Hmm.
stimulated thinking for that person for their own thoughts.
Yeah.
This one though, this one's a longer name for me. This one is
Oh yeah.
death comes. Yeah, death comes too slowly.
Death comes too
Uh,
slowly. Well, I totally in the video that I recorded to show the platform. I call it slow death. It's just like in the
yeah,
simplistic
I mean,
version.
that
Exactly.
was the
Yeah.
first thing I thought of,
I
but
think
then I
it's
thought, yeah,
okay. So you said death comes too slowly.
it's pretty macabre, isn't it? It's maybe you just go with slow death because it doesn't sound
It's
quite so macabre,
it's very macabre.
but
Yeah, because it's actually the opposite of the other one. Like here, you're saying that it comes, yeah, really too slowly. When the other one's like slow death, which is also like dying slowly, but with you are living that. Here it's more you are judging it as, oh yeah, death is really taking a long time to come, and we have this
it's a very
sentence.
different side
Yeah,
of the
it's
coin.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah, different feeling. Have this sentence with my friends where when someone is really slow at doing something, saying, "Bro, you are as slow as death," but in French it sounds better. uh, but yeah, death comes too slowly. I like it. Um,
I like this piece. This piece is for me, it's like a follow on from one of my pieces of revisiting elsewhere on Ethereum. So there's a piece where a boy is riding a bicycle up a mountain that's just like this, and it's called Ascent. And for me now, the boy's there. He's taken a journey. He's reached the top of the mountain,
okay,
and for me, my title was "Now That I'm Here."
now that I'm
Because
here.
he's just contemplating. He's just contemplating. Okay, I reached the top of the mountain, but now that I'm here, it's and then
With three dots or like a
sure, yeah,
continuity. Now that I'm here. Base chain says, yeah, the kid on the bike. I guess that's the one that you're referring to, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's funny because here I saw a completely different thing. For me, the fact that he is already on the top of the mountain, but he needed to bring a chair and it's particularly red, and he needs to stand up on top of this chair. To me, it's like this superficial superiority where he needs, like, he thinks that he is the best one on top of the world, and he's superior to everyone. Plus the posture where he has his hands here on the. That's what I saw. Like all these people when you're a child and you think that you are superior to everyone when you are just
yeah,
you're no one. You're nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, completely
yeah.
different.
My other thought for a name was higher still. So for some people,
Highest still.
great heights are not enough. They
True.
always want that little bit more. So he needs
Mhm.
to stand on the chair to just get that little bit
Exactly.
extra, squeeze it.
That's the small detail with, well, it's not a detail, but the addition of the chair
Yeah,
changes everything. Mhm. And this one is also one of the top 20, I think, in the collector's choice. Actually, I'm gonna get it here. I'll do it later. Uh, oh man, I don't know why I'm looking at that screen when I can just look here. It's a difficult one.
mm. It is because it's you know, I've never stood on the side of a cliff and thrown a paper plane, off it. But yeah, for me, I just thought test flight. The
Test
name I
flight.
came up with was test flight. Yeah. Um, and it's maybe just a process, that this young man is going through, and it's almost just like he's just sending something into the future. It could even be a thought, it could be a wish, it could be a dream, it could be anything, but it's just um you know eh, yeah.
To me, it's a form more of. I was looking at the word renouncing, like he's renouncing to someone, like saying, "Okay, I have this dream or I have this project or whatever, but I'm just throwing in a paper that's gonna
Hmm.
kind of live what I wanted." But that's my way of renouncing to my dream, saying that I did a small part of it. Um, yeah,
Okay,
uh,
cool. Yeah, it's good.
renouncing. Oop, like this. Thing. Okay, we got the same one. So I'm just gonna write test. I love the rabbits in this collection, man.
Yeah, I haven't got a title for this one either yet. I haven't spent a lot of time with this piece. Once again, yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Same thing. For me, it's really hard to get something out of this one. I think we need
Yeah.
DocT's help. DocT, if you're here, this
Maybe
one
we
is
could just call it Peter. We could just call him Peter.
Peter.
Peter Rabbit.
Uh,
This is definitely, I call this piece Gerard and Pierre.
Thank you.
Two bulldogs. Two
Two bull.
bulldogs, like just going after the art on Bitcoin scene, dogs on a bone. And yeah, no, they're very cute, I think. Very cute.
Mm. Budsnap was saying alludes to the rabbit hole. True. Yeah, actually, it's true. He's done a lot of references in our chat to Matrix. I don't know how I didn't see that. And she's also saying his head going down it. Exactly. Down to the rabbit hole. Like that. Man, we missed it, but it's now called Peter. Okay, so let's go. Let's go, Gérard and Pierre.
Did you?
I
Yeah.
like Gérard and Pierre. Uh,
Yeah.
it's a funny one. Ooh. Okay, so now here we have like his blood also below the block, which is kind of weird. Sorry, chat is a bit delayed. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, that's us. Uh, I need to wait a little bit longer sometimes. This one is weird. Like, how do you
For
interpret it? Because for can you see it? Yeah.
I interpret that this is, this person is self-inflicting harm on himself, for some reason, um, and yeah,
Yeah, because he's
so
sitting on it, so he's
inflicted,
self-inflicted.
inflicted something like that. If I was going for a one-word title, self-inflicted, harm perhaps,
I
but
think that the self part is
instead of
very.
writing,
Hmm, I agree. Ah, one with woman. Let's go. Those are my favorite. It's funny because they kind of make a heart. Well, I don't know if people see it or not.
yeah, you
They
can
can.
see it more when it's a smaller picture. When it's a bigger picture, you don't see it as much. You see more of the details of the face.
Yeah,
But when it's a smaller picture, like it is on my screen at the moment, you see the heart a
yeah,
lot more.
true. True. But Snub was saying all pain is self-inflicted. Hmm? Kind of a bold statement. I like it. Love this way of saying. Scotch. Scotch disagrees. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think she's right in a way. Like, if you really push it to the extreme way of saying it, you could say that it's a very stoic way of seeing life, I guess.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of disease and there's a lot of accidents and there's a lot of, things that happen to
Yeah,
people
but you always have these people that
that
say that
are out of
it's
their
the way you
control.
react to, and
In that respect, yeah, I can see the train of thought for that.
mhm.
How we react to things for sure. Okay, so what's your title for one of your favorite pieces here?
It's not one of my favorite yet, but I like it. The thing is, in a very simplistic way, it's really about the first love when fixing, because compared to other ones where you see that there is some kind of evolution in the relationship between man and woman, here everything is pure, everything is nice, they're completely calm, there is almost no red. Where and it's funny because the only red is in the cravat, so it's saying for me that's the danger, in relationships. For me, the work is a difficult topic to handle with the relationships. The more when you're an entrepreneur and want to have these high dreams of creating your own business and everything, it's hard to yeah, to handle that part with the relationship. So it's funny. That's what I see in there. It's like the professional part is the small little danger that's coming in slowly into the relationship. So maybe that's what I would call it, like unaware of danger.
Wow, that took a real turn, that piece. I mean, like,
Uh,
that's an interesting take. I mean, I just thought the two were melding together.
that's what they're
Um,
doing, but let's go
okay,
further.
okay, we see the danger. Okay, there's all right.
That's like this one for me. Okay, I want to hear your take on this one because I think that I have a very special one.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great piece. For me, it was just curiosity. Um, it's it is what it is. I don't think that there is sort of too much to read into it. A young girl fascinated with nature, this bizarre little creature, and I just thought curiosity. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if it's me inventing that, but this particular creator, I don't know its name in English, but in French it's like Montre religieuse. And it's this very, from what I know, it kind of eats or kills the male of this species,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
that's for me. It's like
Gross.
when you compare it with this, the
Praying
how
mantis.
young
Yeah.
this girl is. It's like she has this power, but she doesn't even know that she has this power. Like she has it in her hands, but she doesn't realize what it is. Um, and
Mm.
but yeah, later on she will discover that she can kill um, the the male equivalent of her species.
Who's going dark now? That's
Oh man, on that topic, I'm really really dark.
yeah. The mantis they do
Amantis.
that
Yeah.
after they've procreated. She usually bites their head off.
So for me,
Interesting.
when I see that, I cannot avoid thinking of that part because it could have been a complete other type of creature. So it's not really curiosity for me. It's more about like this
Yeah, yeah. No,
unconsciousness.
I see that now. Now that you've said that, I think it's a great
Okay, so we need
concept.
to find a
What's
title
the
then for
title?
that.
Well, I mean that's your job. I mean it's your concept.
Uh,
Pray.
I'm gonna go even darker and say that this Amantis is actually her mom teaching her that. So it's gonna call okay, mom.
All right,
Uh,
your call. Yeah, this is cool. I like this piece. I just I had the title "Quiet Defiance" for this piece.
Quiet
Quiet defiance.
defiance.
You look at the look on the girl's face. There's not a hint of yep, okay, we'll do it your way. She's holding a knife, and then she's got that backup, the backup of the wolf, and it's it. There was thoughts of an alliance there as well, like Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. I was sort of toying with
True.
that whole story. Um, but Quiet Defiance just, yeah, it just sort of stuck with me, and it just
Hmm.
resonates with me for this piece. There's no way that girl's going to give an inch.
Yeah, I like it. But the thing is, she's not looking at the wolf. So if the wolf represent the authority.
No, 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 no. She's
Ah,
not. She's not. In that piece where for Quiet Defiance, they're aligned.
mhm.
There's no way. Like
Okay.
he's the backup. He's the backup. She's like, I'm unbudgeable at this point. Like,
Okay. Okay. What I
check
was
us
thinking.
out.
Okay, I agree. But Snapsa is my favorite. Uh, I
It's
think it's
beautiful.
also one of the top 20. Great one for sure. Quiet Defiance. It's her soulmate. Exactly. Okay, then if like this, I agree. Uh,
Yeah,
test.
exactly, bud.
Hmm. Hmm. A funny one.
Yeah, it comes to me, islands, or my island was something like that was something that I was toying with for this piece, because sometimes we create our own islands where they're not necessary whatsoever, and we might isolate ourselves on those islands, and is there a purpose? Is there, why do we do these things? And it could be for a range of different reasons, but it was definitely something around my island, my
I
unnecessary island, or something like
Hmm.
that. I
I
haven't I
like
haven't
Unnecessary Island because you're giving a judgment to it. Mm.
I haven't
I
I
prefer
haven't
the titles where you can really see that there is a judgment, like there is, or like a strong opinion.
yeah.
Unnecessary. Oh my god. I realize now how bad I am at writing. Unnecessary. No, not really this.
Do you
And
have autocorrect on?
Unnecessary Island. The cash go.
Gotta
Uh,
go.
ru- let's call it runes or strategy. uh,
Yeah, this is it's a, yeah, once again, interesting piece.
mm.
um mm,
It's one that I really wanted to include when Doc wasn't like he wasn't sure about it, and I was like, man, I think that it should be in there,
okay. Yeah.
just so Machine can collect a few, like it's the green one. There is no red.
Luckily, it's a pink nose, not a red one. Life measured in paper was what I
I've
had,
measured paper.
which is just, it takes it away from cash cow to
Yeah,
bringing the thought back to something that's yeah, once again, a bit dark, but
hmm. Well, the thing is, with this collection, you can really easily get into dark thoughts, and that's what DocT is saying, and that's why it's such a difficult exercise. Um,
mm.
yeah.
Which is why it's such a powerful collection, though, as well. And
Mhm.
it's, yeah, I think we should talk a little bit more about how special the collection is as well. Let's do a few more, and then we'll
Let's
maybe
go.
just
I need to go grab a tea, so you will start. I will listen to you while I go grab some tea and come back.
well, let's not do it on this piece, because I don't
Oh.
have too much to say about this piece.
Okay,
So
funny. Okay, let's see because I
um,
don't.
you what?
It's funny that you have a lot to say because I don't have a lot to say.
No,
So
no, 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 no.
ah,
Sorry, you misheard me. I said I
okay,
don't have a lot to say
okay,
about this
same
piece.
thing for me. Okay, so maybe Butnub or anyone that's listening here can help us a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a hard one. Like, okay, let's go fully descriptive. She's kind of creating her own world, or fascinating, like she wants
Yeah.
it to be, because she has this red. I don't know if it's
She's
her nail
like,
or if it's a pencil or if it's a tool.
yeah, or like a razor blade or something like that, and she's carving, little bits and pieces. It's,
Yeah.
like
So
my
that's
only
what.
real thought was, like we make our own mountains or something like that. But yeah, I don't think it's a wonderful title for this piece. So not
Well, but
exactly
Snub said
sure.
yes, but so I guess that she's gonna help us. Mountain Home.
Yes, what?
She's where
Yes,
it's her
what, bud?
creation. Okay, for sure. So she's creating it in
So
her own way.
we make our own mountains. Is that what you were referring to, bud?
Base Chain said Mountain Home. Well, let's listen to Base Chain and call it Mountain Home. But I want to know more about your thoughts, about Snub Mountain Home, because
I'm sure
I
she'll
yeah.
entitle some great names for these pieces on the website as well. This
Mhm.
is an interesting one. This one. Okay, go and make your tea. Go on.
Sorry, you want me to go on? You said.
Go and make your tea if you like.
Ah, okay. Well, just after the next,
So-
just after this one, it's about
Okay,
her realizing she has full creative control and freedom. I love that. I like it. I think it's
that's
true.
good.
It's because carving a mountain, it's yeah, creating the world your own way. Hmm.
Yeah, creative
And
control. That'd be a great name for that piece, actually.
true, true creative control. Yeah, good one. And I like the ones with the pills, because it's when DocT talked about the other artwork with the pills, he was a lot talking about how easily meds give pills to children and everything, or to. But for me, it's such a good metaphor for drugs in general, um, and today's society is full of drugs in completely different terms. Like you have the typical drugs, of course, but you have the technology ones, the sugar, the ones that are more mainstream, let's say. And it's funny that here, I cannot say that if it's because of the drugs that he kind of reminds him his childhood, or if it's the opposite, like he remembers that his childhood was full of drugs. Um, I don't know. What do you see here?
Yeah, I entitled this piece "Curbed" because I sort of see that perhaps people can take so many drugs that it may inhibit their development to some
Oh.
degree.
Hmm.
Um, and so there's perhaps he looks like an adult. He looks like a
Yeah.
fully grown man, but perhaps something inside him hasn't quite developed yet. And there's that child still inside. Could be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, who knows? But perhaps the drugs played a part in that, retarding something of his development. So, curbed was what I came up with. Just once again, just trying to stick with my one word title,
Hmm.
so that other
Well,
people
I'm going
can
to go with this multiple words title. Then I'm going to say my
six
inner
sentences long.
child. My inner child is let's say is high. So am I.
Okay.
I want to give some funny titles so people. I will see if people choose them. Uh, I love this one, mate. That's one of my favorites, because I'm amazed by how this artwork transmits a feeling, and all of this collection is made with AI. And I believe that it's really difficult to get this kind of sensations with AI artworks. But on this one, wow, way
Yeah, it's
better than
vibrant.
any
It's
actor.
striking, very striking.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have a title for this one yet, though. How about you?
Uh, I had one. Let me say, just saying, it's about her realizing she. Oh, no, sorry, that's a past message. Uh, well, the thing is, I didn't understand here if it's about fear or about something else, because to me it's not fear 100%. It's kind of wondering if she should be afraid or not. But also, I kind of get this feeling of, when you're saying goodbye and you didn't want to say goodbye, and you just turn around and you expect the other person to also turn around, but it doesn't. And you get this, like you're expecting, you still don't know exactly what do you want to feel because you are waiting for the answer. So I'm gonna call it.
So you think that it's possible she's startled by
Yeah,
something?
that goodbye never left me. Okay, we already have this one. Okay, I'm gonna grab a cup of tea. Oh, with the one of that's one of my favorites too. I'm gonna grab a cup of tea. Okay, this is the Vivid Live show, so you don't say anything weird. I'm giving you full responsibility on what to say. See you in a minute, okay? I'm gonna be listening to you, but with some delay. Okay.
Welcome to the Scotch Fox Show, everybody. Today we're going to be doing a very special lineup of 16 different single malt whiskies. And Gerard has got no idea about whiskey, so even if he was here, he wouldn't be able to help us. But no, this piece is wonderful. I love this piece as well. Very, very striking. Um, it, it took a while to sort of think about what I wanted to title this piece, but I landed on Zoom Out because I think that that's possibly something that is that we all need to do at points, especially when you're in on-chain art or the crypto scene in general. We often need to zoom out. We need to realize where we are at this point in time. We need to realize how little time has elapsed in this new medium of what we're so engrossed in. It's something that we're for some of us. I mean, this is everything. That we pour so much of our heart and soul into this, but number not go up. What's going on? What's up? Zoom out a little bit. And the same thing could be said for absolutely anything in life, right? So we need perspective. We need to get the right perspective on things, and pulling back from a situation and seeing it from a distance or with some space in between us and the issue or the problem or the relationship or the boss or whatever it is, it could be extremely valuable. So zoom out is my title. What do you think, Bud Snob? What have you got? Hit me while Gerard's not here. Feel free to type anything that you like. Free reign. Can you actually hear us, Gerard? Can you actually hear what I'm saying? Probably not. But yeah, look, honestly, this collection for me has been a long time coming. I got a little message from Doc at the end of last year about a collection that he was working on, and that it was going to be a follow up to the first Ethereum collection, Visiting Elsewhere, fully on chain on Ethereum, which is my most worthless collection that I own. No, it's the most invaluable collection that I own because there is no floor price. Why? Because nobody wants to sell it. So it's invaluable. So there's only 24 pieces. And as far as I'm aware, not a single piece has sold on secondary. So everyone that has collected a piece has kept it and has never listed it. And that's pretty rare for an art collection or any collection on Ethereum. So absolutely my most valuable collection, and the collection that I am so enamored with, because I look at it and I see so many parts of myself in that collection. And when I heard that he was doing a follow-up collection, um, I was thrilled, absolutely thrilled. And here we are, going through it and talking about it and co-creating with Doc. Gerard,
Yeah.
this is something that I think is really, really actually important to talk about, because Doc is allowing his collectors to co-curate, on this uh, collection, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they're actually co-creating by
100%.
coming up with their names for these pieces if they're choosing to collect them. But this collection, it's so deep, it's complex, and
Mm-hmm.
it's challenging at times, but it's also extremely streamlined in its delivery and its execution. Yeah. So, the lack of backgrounds, there's no filler objects in the pieces. It's made up of like a few basic colors.
Mm-hmm.
So, what Doc has done, he's just built a framework that we come along, we view these pieces, and then we hang our own personal experience on this framework that he's constructed, and like they fit beautifully,
Yeah.
and for me that's just a total stroke of genius.
Mm-hmm.
And like it started when I saw Revisiting Elsewhere. Like I realized how connected I was to these pieces, very, very simple bits of art, but Doc actually creates a framework and then leaves all of this space around it for us to fill in. And that reminded me of something that Yo-Yo Ma said about the Bach cello suites. So if you haven't listened to the Bach cello suites ever, go and listen to the Bach cello suites, perhaps while you're scrolling through this collection. But
Oh.
if it's one of your favorites, high five. But Yo-Yo Ma said that Bach's compositional invention was explicit and also implicit.
Mm-hmm.
So it required the listener's unconscious ear to fill in the gaps, fill in what the cello could only suggest, achieving a sonic and architectural richness that transforms the instrument, from something that it shouldn't be able to do to something that it does because of the listener's ear. And Yo-Yo Ma said that Bach knew the limits of the cello, and in the suites, he makes the listener's ears subconsciously implicit to fill in the gaps of the music. So that implicit quality makes the listener a co-creator of the Bach cello suites. So it becomes a collaborative act of brilliance. The player and the listener together is what makes that piece whole.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's exactly what DocT has done with his collections. He's accomplished that absolutely perfectly with Revisiting Elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So he's provided an image or a concept and surrounded it by space or gaps that each of us fill in with our vastly different life experiences. And then we become a co-creator in this piece. And that's what makes it so powerful. That's what makes these pieces so emotive. And we don't feel that with every piece.
Mm-hmm.
But I challenge anybody to look through these collections and not be absolutely enamored or frightened or in hope or feeling some very, very strong emotion. And just to highlight this fact perfectly, when we were in Las Vegas and after the Scotch tasting collector event, when you presented me with the very first piece of Revisiting Elsewhere on Bitcoin, the Scotch Fox, Doc had also included one of my on chain Ethereum pieces, and that was presented to me. And Doc knew that this was a very challenging piece to me if, because of personal circumstances in my life. I said to him, I love this piece, but I don't think I can hang it on my wall because it's too painful for me. But he sent me the piece anyway. And we were standing there after everybody was, had done the Scotch tasting event. And Stephen Miller was there. And we know that Miller is a patron of the arts, and he loves art intensely. And I showed him this piece and he just started to cry. Like he just wept. And yeah, I think he cried for at least 5 minutes, and we just hugged it out. And I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. And it was it was just amazing to see that somebody else had this intense reaction to this piece of art, like I do. And that's the power of DocT's art, and it's why I think that this collection is a future classic. Sorry, continue.
Well, man, first of all, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. And well, I guess that DocT will really appreciate that comparison with Bach. He's something that he should be proud of, and I completely agree. And I've had a hard time to explain what it is working with DocT, because it's really, really a huge pleasure, and it's hard to describe. But yeah, working with DocT, maybe the same thing that you guys feel by experiencing his art, collecting it, and filling in the gaps. It's a little bit the same thing that we experience working with him, because everything is so easy, but at the same time challenging, but at the same time, you're learning a lot and you want to put even more effort. And I love this collection because, as you said, this collection is pure performance when it doesn't look like it is. At first glance, you think, oh, yeah, it's a collection of AI generated artworks which represent simple experiences, simple facts. But man, it's so deep. And the fact that he's allowing us to title them and to live this social experiment where we are all doing this, it's it I think it teaches us a lot, and it's also showing the potential of art on Bitcoin, because from now, like it's been more than 2 years now, and we have experienced a lot through Vivid, technically, about what can art on Bitcoin be. But here it's a way more conceptually emotional way of seeing it. It's like, okay, we want to inscribe affective memories on chain, and this is the best way of doing it. And that's why I really would love to, for people, to just participate in this exercise with 5, 10 artworks. And you're gonna see that once you start doing 2, 3 of them, you're just gonna get hooked, and you want to go deeper. And it's a meditating state. Yeah, it's a great collection, man. So yeah, I hope that people will also resonate with that, and will play with us.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like that thought on it being an AI art collection, there's a lot of conjecture about whether AI art is art, and there's artists will go, no way, I would
Oh,
never do anything like that, and some collectors will be like, oh no, it's AI art. But
yeah.
you know we have to remember that DocT is basically the Banksy of Bitcoin. So, when Banksy emerged in the late 1990s, early 2000s in Bristol's underground art scene, shifting from freehand graffiti to his signature stencil technique, reactions from traditional street artists were predominantly negative or
Oh,
dismissive at best, right? Like they thought that stencil art was low class street art that'd never be caught doing it themselves. But what Banksy did is he struck a chord with people, that traditional graffiti just could never do. and he had something to say. He wasn't afraid to say it. It wasn't always beautiful. It wasn't always polite, but he made people think. And so people started to relate in a way that nobody ever could have expected, you know, for a street artist. And that's what DocT does.
Mhm.
DocT's, Bitcoin's Banksy. He takes things that are difficult to say, and he puts it, as I say, in a framework and allows people to build their experiences on top of that, and it's extremely powerful. So yeah, it's such a great collection.
And it also come with its lots of difficulties, like how to transmit all of this in today's society, plus in today's market. It's really difficult because you do not have a lot of time to get the attention of people, and it's a collection that, yeah, that needs a lot of time, a lot of introspection, a lot of things that people don't want to do. But yeah, for us, it's so important to do that. Like when I just remember everything we've been through, like with Vivid, everything that we have released. Every time that we release something new, I'm just thinking, oh my god, but how can I, like, we need to inscribe this, we need to do that, and we need to show that to the world. Whatever happens, like, I don't care, but needs to be there. And with revisiting elsewhere, it was even harder to say no. Like when DocT first showed it to me, I was like, man, we need to go to do this. And then we decided to do Weapon of Mass Liberation first, to have like this introduction and to give this narrative where people can give titles. But I was so excited to just release it. And I still wonder what else should we do to achieve that result, to have more people participating. Because I was so excited to just release it. I was like, okay, guys, let's go release the website, do the live stream, and we'll see how it goes. Once we open the collecting platform, I really hope that people will take their time to title their memories. And you mentioned the thing that no one listed a piece of the chapter one, and I'd love for this to happen here. Like, doesn't matter how much time we need to get these pieces into collectors' hand, but once they do, I really hope that they will give so much value to these pieces that they will never want them otherwhere else than in their wallet. And yeah, man, I can't wait to see the titles in general, and to see also who titled that artwork. I think it means a lot, and that's also why I
So
love
can
doing.
you see
Yeah.
can you see who titled that artwork? How would you see that?
Well,
Just by the owner.
I will know some of the owners, like I know some of the wallets. So I'll
Okay.
see that, and I guess that also some people will share the artworks on X, and will know. But I think that it reveals so much information that it's funny that this is happening on Bitcoin, and that's what I love, man. Because art on Bitcoin, we are just learning that it can mean so many things. Like, it's something that people just comment there on X so easily, but it can mean so many things. And every time that we are releasing something new, it means something different. And here, art on Bitcoin, well, it can just mean by revealing a little bit of ourselves to the blockchain and decentralizing it. It's so funny because DocT already did that through My Brain on Chain to Portraits of Dissonance, and now he's inviting us to do that. So yeah, well, let's just continue, man. Oh my god, you said zoom out, right? I was downstairs.
Yeah.
Uh,
That
zoom
was
out,
my thought. Yeah.
zoom out. Yeah, I like it. I like what you said about art and Bitcoin in general. I think it ties up. Ah, the strong and independent woman. Do you think that she lost her hand or not, or it's just hidden?
No, I think it's just
I agree.
behind her,
I agree.
gauntlet.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, just another Monday. I think for beautiful, strong women, going into the workforce and dealing with the very often toxic world of business and so forth with men and so forth. I think suiting up like this, it's just another Monday.
Yeah.
Um,
Just another Monday. I love that title. What do you think? Just another Monday.
Yeah, yeah, that was my title. That's what
Oh,
I
okay,
say.
okay. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, man. Uh, it's funny because we all the feminism and all of these things that been very everywhere in the last years. There is a lot of negative things to say about this, and it went too far in and out. But it's true that by talking with some women and experiencing what they live from day to day life, it also teaches you a lot, and it's a cruel reality. Um, I don't know how it can be solved, and it's the same thing for men. Every sex leaves its own difficulties, but it's really something that I guess very few men understand. Even for us, I think that even if you can imagine, it's really difficult to understand what they go through. The same way for women, like I think that it's also very difficult to for them to understand how hard it is to be a man. Um, but yeah, I just hope that people will share these thoughts in a more positive way, let's say, or a more engaging way. Like let's try to live what I live and to and tell me what you think about it. That's that'd be the good way of doing it. Another one with high intensity grain. Oh man, oh, this is a hard one, huh? To hang.
It is a hard one. There's some other boys with like skull masks in the
Yeah.
collection that I resonate with a lot more than this one. But this young boy looks like he's damaged goods. It's for one reason or another. Loss, suffering, perhaps loss. He's lost somebody. He's lost somebody, something that's very, very dear to him, and it, probably very difficult for him, or perhaps he's been hurt, injured himself, and perhaps he's been disfigured by something. Perhaps he's was in an accident or something, and he feels now somewhat disfigured or
The thing is that
yeah,
it's kind of a mask because it's on the
yeah,
surface,
yeah,
the first
yeah.
layer,
But it's
and that's the funny
symbolic.
part. With even with the mask, the injury is there.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Mm. That's a tough one. I don't have anything solid for that one.
I want to play with this mask thing where it doesn't matter that you wear a mask or not. We can see the injury. So transparent. I don't know how to call it. It's not gonna be a good title, but I mean like transparent.
It's okay. I'm sure Bud Snob will have a better one.
Ah, okay. So, do you know what the like? Every time that there is a snake, you can imagine it in a lot of different ways. But I've discovered working with DocT that it particularly means something for him.
No, I don't. I don't know about that. No.
It's about it's the doctor sign, like the
Right.
medicine.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So every time I guess that there is a snake in here, it's kind of a reference to being a doctor or doctor studies or something like this.
Okay.
So
Well, that changes things, doesn't it?
my guess is that here it's about her mom or sister or whoever in the family that wanted him to be a doctor or appreciated of the medicine, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what I would like to. Um, that's my guess. But of
Okay.
course,
So what
without
would you?
knowing that, you could guess a lot of different things.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. What would you call it then?
It's a hard one. Unarmed. Okay. I like it. Do you think? Yeah, it's for this one, right? But snub and hard. I liked it. Ah, this,
This is great.
yeah.
I uh, I titled this piece Hansel 3000. Um,
What?
you know
What?
Hansel,
Can you
Hansel and
repeat?
Gretel. You
Ah,
know
okay.
Hansel and Gretel. Hansel 3000. He's just sick and tired of being led astray. You know, the pebbles and the breadcrumbs didn't work, and he's like, I am not going to be taken advantage of again. I'm not going to get left out in the cold again. I am not going to get lost again. I'm not going to be led astray again. Yeah, Hansel 3000. That's a great piece. I love it. I love this piece.
This one is quite special in the collection. There are very few one that has a like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I haven't got a title for this one yet. Usually, my favorites, I struggle. I really struggle to name my favorites.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I want to balance sometimes like how hard it is this kind of artworks with funny titles. So I would title it "I'm not a salesman" or salesman. It has nothing to do with it, but it's like just this funny layer out of it. Uh,
okay.
but I know it has no particular relevance to it. But I also like the fact that with titles you can imagine the artwork in a different way.
Yep.
Um,
Definitely. Definitely.
I am not.
Another one, if you're going for a more of a crypto theme, would be everything's fine. Right?
We are early.
Pre-rich.
But Snap said, "Do no harm" is what doctors stand for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the foremost principle. Do no harm. I don't have a title for this piece either.
Same thing. Also, the problem here I love because we can see it by the colors. It's like even more explicit here. Everything is calm outside. There is no problem, and the only problem that you have it's an inner problem. It's like what you're wearing. It's what she's feeling inside. But and that's what's not allowing her to sleep. Ripples.
Ripples.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Wow, this one has a strong grain too. I don't know why.
I didn't expect that actually.
This one is yeah. This one is one of the last that was added to the collection.
Yeah. I just titled this one Protege.
Sorry.
Protege.
You need to explain to me and or to
Um, well,
prodigy like
it's
this.
like this. What's that? I can't see that. I can't see you writing. It's like just a few dots on my screen. It's so small on my laptop because I've got the artworks and
Like this?
Protege.
No.
I thought it'd be like a French word stemming from a French word, wouldn't it? Protege.
Ah, okay. Donc c'est prodige, yeah. Okay. That's what I was. I wasn't sure about it because it's a French word.
Yeah. So for me, the girl is in training. So she's getting lessons from from the fairy.
Nice.
Um, And it could be it could be an imaginary friend. Young people often have imaginary friends, and
Hmm.
different coping mechanisms, or
True.
they. But yeah, I just thought protege is just a great way of, once again, just one word title of, allowing people to sort of, once again, fill in the gaps. But it's a great piece. I love that piece.
Hmm. This one is also one of the top 20. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
this
special.
is
Like, I'm not sure what to understand from this piece.
it's almost like this is from a different collection. Because
Yeah,
there's nothing. This is a collection like this.
this
It's
could be
just
the
such a
parent. Also,
it's wild. It's wild, and I've got no thoughts on this one yet either. No thoughts.
maybe knowing what I know from DocT could talk a little bit about how technology is, taking over the young generation. He talked about, all of these children that come to see him and they have problems, and the parents are just giving the tablets, the iPads, the thing, just to try to control him and to.
Robot nannies.
Yeah, exactly. That's a cool name. Let's go. Let's go. Road Nannies.
Yeah, yeah,
This one's different from the other one with the plane, huh? Well,
yeah, yeah. This one, I
same
just I
topics.
just titled this one "Precipice."
Precipice.
Yeah, it's we can often feel like there's we're backed into a corner, or we're on the edge of a cliff, and it's oh, we're going forward already. Okay,
Yeah, no, but
I guess we're running out of time, aren't we?
no, no, no. Actually, we don't care, but we have the all the time that we
What did
want.
you think about that last piece before we move on?
The thing is, he was looking down, so, and he didn't seem afraid of it. So for me, it was like confrontation. When I see, okay, there is this precipice, okay, but you're actually confronting yourself with the distance. But I really can imagine the continuity of this artwork where he just moves a little bit forward and it's like, okay, I'm not afraid of it.
Mm,
Confrontation.
it's good
Mhm. Well, that's a good
choices.
one for you, particularly. No, what do you think?
Choices.
Mm.
Yeah, it's I don't have a solid name for this piece, but yeah, no, very provoking, very thought provoking. There's a few pieces like this in the collection, um, and it's yeah, sort of like friend or dinner. It's
Dinner?
it's interesting actually, and even DocT's on-chain Ethereum collection had elements of this in it. One of his pieces was called Hunger, and it's a big juicy steak. And
Hmm.
yeah, no, I think we sort of revisit this theme a few times in this collection, but I don't have a solid name. What have you got there?
I wrote you were cuter.
You were you were cuter. What, when it was the rabbit? It was cuter than the piece of
Exactly.
steak.
So the one that wasn't that cute, that's the one we are eating today. But today,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
carny vegan from base chain.
It sounds like a rapper's name. This
That's
piece is so powerful.
awesome.
This is a very very strong piece.
Man, it's, I don't know if you see it also, but I almost see the shadow of a woman.
Young, oh, a
Okay.
woman? No, I see a younger boy.
That's the funny part, I guess, that your brain interprets it how you want to see it. But for me, it's his wife. Uh, but,
Okay,
but of course, you could see it,
okay,
the youngest person. But I guess that both were completely fine. It's more or less the same message, but different type of person.
yeah.
Well, it's
Well,
a
it's
completely
it's
different
intriguing,
message,
this
actually.
piece, I think, because it's the the old man's looking at a younger shadow of himself, but the
Mhm.
shadow has a shadow, and the
Yes,
shadow is of an older man.
true.
It's a very very interesting piece. I like this, but once again, confronting, isn't it? It's that entropy. Everything changes. Everything gets older. Everything um, degrades. And we can all look back on our younger selves, no matter how old we are now. We can all look back on our younger selves and think about the things that we used to be able to do or accomplish. And
Yeah, such a
you
universal
know,
feeling. True.
absolutely, and when you get to this gentleman's age, it must be quite daunting thinking about the future. It must be quite frightening.
True.
But also, I'm sure he's got a lifetime of amazing memories, and I think that that's what he's thinking about
I
here.
agree. Ah, this one already got it. I see a younger version too. Yeah, I definitely think that it's a younger version, and it's more powerful when you look at it that way. But yeah, at first glance, so maybe because I'm a romantic, you know.
Ah, magic woman.
That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites. This one is one of my
yeah, this is
favorites.
cool. This is a great piece.
I
Yeah,
love this one.
so cool. Did you have a name for it already?
Yeah.
What was it?
So I know the idea. I don't know the exact formulation, but for me, I would love to title it in a way like a confrontation with the parents, and it's like, why couldn't you be that way, or why couldn't you do that? Because for me, it's the vision of a person looking at a child that is really being supported by his parents, where
Hmm.
and he's like magnificent in its way, because it's not the parents are not doing that great of a job, but in contrast, through his vision and through his past, it seems like they are helping him a lot, and he's being carried a lot when actually not that much. So that's what I wanted to transmit
That's
here.
cool. I don't know how you're going to translate that into an actual name, but that's
Why
cool.
couldn't you be like that? No.
But no, I felt the same, that it's like he actually doesn't realize how much he's being supported. It's there's this yeah, like he's putting in a lot of effort, but he doesn't realize, for me anyway, he doesn't realize how much effort
Yeah,
is being put in above him, and how much he's being suspended by other people's hard work, efforts, and so forth. I mean, the parents would get this one.
yeah,
I've only ever been a child, I've never been a parent, so I mean, I can
man,
imagine for parents this one would actually be really cool in
it's amazing. This one,
that sense.
I love this one. I wish I could get this one. I The thing
Mantis.
is, we already got titles for all the artworks multiple times. So at first it was like every time a new one, but oh
Ah,
no,
is that how it works? Okay.
man, shit.
So the artworks that have more names come up less often now?
No, that was just at the beginning. That we just wanted titles, at least one forever, and then it was a random one,
Right.
and it wasn't prepared for guys like us that wanted to spend 3 hours. Like if we got 5 minutes from people, it's already great. Um,
And I mean, I don't even have whiskey to get me through this, mammoth
oh man,
naming session. It's
oh man.
sad. Um, what do you think?
Hmm.
One of your gypsy cousins, obviously.
I don't know. It's a hard one. It doesn't particularly resonate with me, this one.
No, me either. Me either. And so I haven't got a title for this one, but I mean, it's a great piece,
Yeah.
but it just hasn't sort of struck the same chord as a lot of others,
Mhm.
for some reason. When Moon.
When Moon. It's written like this, of course, without the H. When. Ah, this one I like it. This one I really
That's
like
good.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. She knows the moon is not what we were told it is. Okay.
Oh, Bud's not going deep with the
Yeah.
conspiracies.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't start us, Bud Snob. There's not enough time to do conspiracies and naming Doc's work. Yeah, nice.
Look, Dad.
Look, look, Dad, I lost an eye. What?
Yeah, because the way I see it as a guy that did scientific studies, okay, an engineering degree. I think that my generation, and I guess the earliest one also, was really pushed into these kind of strong studies, scientific ones, being technology, the thing, right? Something that matters, something that you can really make a living out of it. And at the per position, like downgrading the creativity of children. I think at least that's something that I see a lot in my entourage. Like it
Okay.
happened to a lot of people. And it's crazy because when you are a child, that's the thing that you want to do the most. A lot of people have a lot of creativity, and you either grow in a family where it's incentivized and people like you and it allows it, or for me, you do it in that way where you know, like you're not showing it to like for me here, it's he's not showing it to no one. He's just doing it in his room alone, where he can do it and play his character, being just creating a movie, a theater play, or whatever. And that's why I wanted to say, look, Dad, because deep down he wants to have the approval of his family or his dad. That I was like, hey, yeah, let me play with my imagination, whatever.
Nice. I like
If
it.
you imagine. Okay.
I remember when I was a child, I used to love getting on the roof. It was like a taste of freedom almost. Like you just there was no walls. You're standing on the roof. There's no walls hemming you in. You're just looking out. You've got a view of things that you've never seen in that perspective before, right? Even if it's only a few meters difference, it's everything changes, and it's just this sense of freedom. And yeah, I just always loved climbing on things, getting on roofs, climbing trees, doing that sort of stuff. And so, I think these kids up there, for perhaps no particular reason, but I think it's that change of perspective. It's that little sense of freedom that he feels, when he's up there. No walls, everything's a little bit different, and
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, it's amazing how doing something like that can completely change your perspective on everything that you know so well already. Everything looks the same. You walk past it a dozen times a day, but just that little sense of freedom and seeing things differently is always cool.
So would you title perspective then? Perspectives? Or how?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Perspectives?
yeah,
Perspectives.
yeah. Or
Oh,
taste of freedom, or
taste of
could be
freedom.
a lot of things.
Yeah, taste of freedom. That's also one of the top 20, I think.
Is it? Oh,
And
okay.
the dark
Never
background.
been a horse. Yeah, the dark background is so always quite dramatic. Um, I don't have a title suggestion for this one as yet.
I don't either. Mm,
Yeah.
it's,
Once again, it's probably not something that really resonates with either of our
that's yeah.
childhoods so much.
He has this poster of saying like he's quite at ease, which is pretty weird, I guess. But or together we jump higher. Freedom. Okay. I don't know if this one freedom was about the one that you say also taste of freedom. I just tweeted this one yesterday. I think. Let's say
Yeah, yeah, yep,
when you do
yep.
art on Bitcoin, go full with your top
Shoot for the
concept.
stars.
You
Yeah,
shouldn't miss with Mister in between. You'll
yeah,
notice that a lot of my references are from music. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if many people know about this song. It's a very old song that I discovered through this album called "From Bessie to Brazil." It's like this bossa nova album. It's pretty cool. It's like
Okay.
don't mess with mystery in between. Da-da. But yeah, man, I think that Base Chain gave a good title. He said "Stairway to the Stars." That is, I liked it. I don't know why, but I think that you're gonna resonate with this one. Am I wrong?
Actually, I do resonate tremendously with this one because of a personal story. But when I was about 4, my sister and I found some matches, and we went up behind the house. She was 3 years older than me, so I was like 3 or 4, probably 4, and she was like 7. So, and we had the matches, and we decided we'd just start a little fire, just a little fire, right? And it was a grass hill that ran up the back of the house, like a long way up. And there was this another house that had just been completed, freshly built at the top of the hill, and it was a big hill, and it turned into a very big fire. And there ended up being about 20 people fighting this fire, the little local fire brigade, and it took them hours to get this fire under control. And yeah,
Man,
it's
it's
interesting
incredible
because
because
it's
I have the exact same story with my brother. It didn't go that far. Like my grandfather stopped the fire, but it really was a great fire. And but my brother was 8 years older than me. I was the same age as you, like 3 4 years ago, 3 4 years old, and but
okay.
he was more mature. He shouldn't have done it. And I remember my reaction when my parents found out, and it was like, it wasn't me. That's what I said in Spanish. It wasn't me.
Of course, of course.
But I
Well,
love
there was
what
no
Matthew said.
denying that it was us because like I ran and told my mum. I was like, "Mum,
Okay.
fire!" Like my sister's there trying to stamp it out, and it's like I just legged it to tell mum. But yeah, everybody was so exhausted after fighting this fire for
Can
hours.
you?
We didn't even get into trouble. Like we didn't even get a smacked bottom because everybody was just so exhausted, and yeah, we got off very, very lightly. But it could have been really bad. But yeah, no, it still resonates with me today. Like we still light fires, right? And my post the other day, we light fires of unknown intensity. Doc's a arson as well, by the look of it. And we light fires of unknown intensity, and we sometimes things get out of hand, and so we don't just have to be children to be doing things that are potentially very, very hazardous to ourselves and those around us.
Hmm.
So it's yeah, this is a great piece.
I love this one. Yeah, and I love how calm they are.
Yeah, well, that's 13 seconds after lighting the fire. Just
Right.
wait a few minutes.
But I love what Bud Snap said. Partners in crime. I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
But
That's good.
if I had to title it, it would be "It Wasn't Me." uh, oh yeah, we already did this.
Or maybe Doc was pointing to Bud Snob's comment. I'm not sure what he was referring
I
to,
think
but
that he was saying that he had the same story. I guess that this exact like this Arthur was about the same story that both you and I had. Oh,
ah, I've got captor slash collector in this one.
capital slash collector.
No, captor. Like he's the captor. So he's caught the butterfly,
Hmm.
but he's a collector, right? So I mean, I think we've all done this as children, right? We've caught something that's beautiful and like we're amazed by it, and we've stuck it in a bottle or something like that, and then it's died 24 hours later, and that the butterfly probably only had 3 days to live or something like that,
Yeah.
and we've just taken something so beautiful out of its natural life cycle because we think it's fascinating, and we've just completely yeah
It's a good one.
done an injustice to that poor little butterfly. But hey,
Yeah, I like the way you're saying it. I also see a second way where you could guess that it's about, the first time being in love, having butterflies in your belly. It's also something that we say in English, but we definitely do in Spanish and in French. Because the thing is, his facial expression is also it's mysterious because you could think it's is he ashamed? Does he know about what's happening? But yeah, I like your title. So can you repeat it to me because I'm not sure about the first part how it's written. It's you said
captor, captor,
cap
captor.
captor like this?
Yeah.
No,
Can't quite see that. No e
captor
slash
slash
collector.
collector. Okay, yeah. Hmm. The
This
shroom.
he looks like a real fun guy, right?
Yeah.
Fun guy. I'm not sure about this one. I've got no context. I don't know exactly the motivations behind creating this piece, and I don't resonate with it personally.
Yeah, same thing for me.
It's a very interesting piece, though. Like if you actually, this is one of those pieces where if you actually knew some context behind it, it would bring it to life.
I would like to say that it's about this dangerous, silent, that part of us that we try to constrain because,
Hmm.
like some shrooms and usually these ones can be very dangerous. And
Mm.
like, but fungi was my exact thought, Scotch. Well, so we're going to call it fungi for sure. But yeah, I like to think about it that way. I don't know if that's what DocT wanted to share to us, but
Wow. It'd be great to get some context one day on some of these pieces. I'm sure that we'll be able to.
for sure. Oh, we did so many already. Come on. Do you particularly resonate with that one, Scotch Fox? I think so. No.
It's good. I mean, it's not one of my favorites of the collection, but I do like it. I've always loved knights and um, any kind of ancient warriors, samurais, ninjas, knights, anything like that. There was a real code, between these sorts of people, and I don't know. There's for me, chivalry is not dead.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, that's
something
good.
like that would be a great title for this piece. Um,
Is it like this? No.
or
It.
Perhaps
Mhm.
something about ancestors or ancients.
I love that. Base chain
What's
wrote about the last one. He said, "If you haven't tripped in the mountains on a full moon, have you ever lived?"
that? I guess not.
I guess not. Ah, man, can think about like owning your first
Mm.
property. Like think this thought also could be the parents' house. Um, because the thing is, if it's talking about the first property that you want to buy or thinking of buying or how important it is, I would have seen it with a couple. I think it's more something that people experience in a couple. Maybe not, but yeah, for me, it's more about the parents' house and about like home and how it's still in your head somehow. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, these days, property prices and so forth. Like the
Yeah,
weight of stepping under a mortgage would be tremendous
yeah.
for most people. And
Yeah, but I would have seen it with a couple. That's why, like, that's my first thought too. And the fact that he's alone, it's pretty
yeah,
interesting too. If it's
yeah.
that,
I'm not sure what I'd title it though.
how much is 30 years times 3.47%? Ooh, this
There's a
one.
lot of there's a lot going on in this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of red. Machine is not going to
Yeah,
like
there's
this
a
one.
lot of grief. Yeah, and on both sides, right? I mean, there's a lot of sadness, anguish
Yeah, but
there.
there's one that has angel wings.
Yeah, but he also looks very, you know, what would you say? He's certainly not happy about the situation. Let's say that
Yeah, yeah.
he's obviously hurting as well.
Serpentine repentance? What? Remorse? He's praying? He's praying, you think? For me, he's more with this
Grieving, right?
remorse feeling, this one on the left,
Yeah.
and the other
I
one is
mean,
suffering from what this person did. Unaware of the angel by his side. He's praying unaware of the angel by his side. I like that. Okay.
this is the great thing about it. People
Wow.
see different things, and it's
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Because for me, I see two boys in grief. For me, one of them has obviously died, and but they've been separated by death, and they both miss each other. They both really feeling that loss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, I love Bud Snob's
Yeah.
thoughts on that
Interesting
as
take.
well. I mean, there's so many ways that you could look at a lot of these artworks.
Hmm.
What I would title it, though, I have no idea.
Ah, I had a good one, but I just missing it. So far, so close.
Mm, mm. Yeah, something like that would be good. Yeah, once again, I'm a bit.
Hmm.
I don't know about this one either.
The second one that plays with these red bracelets, and this one is like the girl is really, you know, it's weird. I don't know
Looks
what to get from
looks
it.
sickly, right? Looks very
Yeah,
unwell. I mean,
looks
it's
very
not. It doesn't,
unwell,
yeah,
and she's like, you can let go, like it's okay, but he's not sure about it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
like she already accepted it,
yeah.
and somehow she doesn't want him to go away and to let her go, but at the same time she knows that it's the best thing for him to do, maybe
Mm,
because she's looking at what he's gonna do with his hand, like is she
mm,
gonna, and she's just leaving the choice to him. That's what I love
mm.
about this piece.
It's a difficult piece, though. It's a yeah. Mm. Have you got a name?
it I'll be it will be fine either ways, or I will be fine either ways, or I'm fine.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. I'm fine, but with a dot saying that's not great. I got this one already. Math class.
That's yeah. I like that. Yeah,
Oh man, I remember that time where I really had a hard night, and I was in this ultra complex engineering math class, and I slept, was sleeping there, and boom, I remember just waking up and everybody laughing. I was like, man, it was like 30 minutes I was sleeping in the class, and the teacher was like, come on, what the fuck are you doing? Uh,
classic.
but yeah, it's a math class, huh? Yeah, these portraits are really, really cool, and it's funny because it seems like they almost belong to another collection, but there are a
Yeah,
few portraits like this one.
yeah.
The thing is, I want to put silly titles, that's
Well, I mean, this is an experiment anyway. You can,
first.
you can.
No, but I want to know your opinion first. Then
Well, I mean, I don't honestly. I haven't spent much time with this piece in particular, and I'm
okay.
not exactly sure which way I would go with it because I sort of tend to spend more time with the a lot of the more challenging ones or different ones that I sort of resonate with. I don't know why, but I've just got very little idea of what I would actually call this.
I would call it "You
Probably
are my
because it's just so
ice cream
normal.
man." I would
It's
call it
just
"You are my ice cream man." That's bad.
it's just such a normal piece for this collection that it's it sort of takes me by surprise a little bit.
But the thing is, the lips are really suggesting something, but at the same
Well,
time, you know,
I mean, it's a bit like they're really classic. Those classic lips, aren't they? They're you
ah,
know, come on, I don't know. Up to you.
you are my ice cream man. I like it.
Yeah, I had surrender for this piece.
Surrender, yeah.
Yeah, it's the girls just surrender to whatever the prognosis is, the diagnosis or whatever is going on, and
Hmm.
she's just Yeah, just surrendered, and it'll be what it'll be. She's not she's not in
DocT, that's
tears.
it. It's just a second because I think that DocT must be living a very difficult experience for him to. Is like forcing myself not to jump in here. We are two guys, and I guess that me particularly just saying random stuff that has nothing to do with the with what he meant. Uh,
It's
I'm sorry,
it's
Doc, but you
I'm
knew
trying to
this
I'm
was
trying to keep
coming.
it classy here, Doc. Trying to keep it classy here.
He's the Scotch specialist who tried to turn this into a whiskey tasting, but fortunately I came back. But yeah, Surrender is a really good name, and I love how pure she is. Everything in white, even her hair, and no red in here. So yeah, Surrender a good one. I'm happy
I
we
think
had this one.
me too. Yeah, yeah. The word that comes to mind for this one is eccentric. Um, this is how German artists sunbathe. Apparently,
Yeah.
they go out into a field fully suited up, helmet, and yeah, and then they observe. I think this is how DocT got all of the ideas for this collection. This is what he did. He'd crawl through people's backyards and observe life
Yeah.
like
We
a
definitely
yellow
can say that
Attenborough.
DocT spent a lot of time in the German fields.
It's a great piece. I love that piece, though. I'd be
Yeah.
very happy to own that piece. It's very cool.
So
But I
you
mean,
would title
honestly,
it how?
eccentric.
Eccentric. Eccentric.
Sorry, Doc, but I mean, you know,
Doc, don't
you
hate
are
me.
the yellow
He's
suited
or he's not like
masked man that cuts
postulated.
up brains at digital art shows.
Eccentric. We already got this one. Oh, shit.
No, there's so much that you could say about DocT in that for that piece. I'm sure that someone will come up with a wonderful name for that piece. But
Yeah.
I think co-creation is a great title
Oh,
for this piece.
good one.
This is like us. This is like you or me sitting here trying to co-create with Doc. We're trying to conjure the spirit of Doc T and
True.
find good names for these pieces.
This one is also one of the last ones to be added to the collection. It's getting hard, huh? More than 2 hours. The exercise is very, very difficult. There
It
is
is.
one we
It's
read.
challenging because I mean, like, well, you've got to pay homage to these artworks, and like I say, you don't want to stifle somebody
Mhm.
else's you know creative process when they're looking at these
Yeah.
these artworks. So it's really tough
Yeah. I would say art comes at a price, or I don't know if it's the exact formulation, the correct one, but like
at
saying
a
that
cost.
at a cost. Yeah, sorry. Art comes at a cost.
Nice, I
Like
like it.
a cut above from Butt Snub. A cut above.
I love this piece. Um, yeah, I titled this piece "Rewilding."
Rewild.
Um,
Is
Rewilding, yeah, rewilding is a term for when they take farms or land, and perhaps arid land or land that it has no longer had forests and so forth on it for quite some time, and they replant the forests and all of the trees, the shrubs, and all those sorts of things to try to encourage wildlife, birds, and so forth back into the area. But for me, rewilding really works for this piece because I think that's also what dreams do for us. It's
Mhm.
like that's that place where we rewild. Like there's so many stresses and so many things going on in the world around us day to day, and then like we put our head down, and that's almost like that rewilding where things can start to run free a little bit.
Mhm.
And Yeah,
True.
this is a great piece. Very, very peaceful. One of the most peaceful,
Yeah.
probably the most peaceful piece in the whole collection, in my eyes.
True. Man, please help me with that one. I may be
I
stupid.
don't. I can't. I can't.
Okay, because for 3 days in a row, it was the top one in the collector's choice. And I
Maybe
don't
that's
know
just.
what people.
Maybe it's just the algorithm, though. Maybe it's just the algorithm that wasn't giving people. It was throwing this one up a lot,
But the
and
thing is, to be in the top one for such a long time, it really means that people choose this over the others because it's an Elo algorithm. So
yeah,
it means that if the top one loses against the top 100, it loses a lot of points. You know, that's what,
right.
that's how it works. And
I don't know.
and I can guess it talks about fertility or the power of having life in your hands and uh, but uh, but yeah, it was a surprise for me, and
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No,
I
I
believe
wouldn't have
it's really
expected
deep.
that.
I believe it's really deep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're all deep. They're all deep. It's just hard to know exactly, why or what we should get from it if we don't have our own experiences around it. I mean, we all have experiences with eggs, but what that means to us, not
Mhm.
sure.
Well, Doug says that we are doing great. I don't know if he's saying that because we are live, and afterwards he's gonna tell me that he's living vivid. Uh, but yeah, it's a great piece. I want to call it fertility, even if
One word title, love it. You're
I'm
you're you're
trying.
on
I'm
the you're on the
trying.
one word title train. I love it.
Ew, Scotch Fox, that's for you. Let's go. All the
Yeah.
ones
See.
with about this topic are for you, man.
Well, I mean, like there's a lot to be said. It's not just my topic, right? I
Of
mean, there's
course.
there's a lot to be said. I
But
mean,
I
like
know
a
that
little,
it's one that I guess that you resonate a
yeah,
lot with, and it's funny because
absolutely.
we have different, not opinions, but different ways of living through that feeling.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you wouldn't have a very different feeling if you had to take
No,
that gorgeous little creature out and slaughter it yourself and then put it on the dinner table. I mean, like
I did.
everybody's experiences, very different because of the convenience that the modern world gives us.
Yeah,
It's and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with eating meat, but like when you see it on mass um, scale and the farming and so forth that goes on, and and why do you need to eat a beautiful little lamb like that? I mean, it's
yeah,
just anyway. It's Yeah, I mean, it's choices that we make, and I've eaten so much meat, in my history, my past, like so much meat. I can't judge, and I wouldn't judge anybody for eating meat. That's everybody's own personal choice. It's just something that I haven't done for the last, sort of 6 years or so, 7 years, 6 years. But I think that these are just great topics that Doc throws up because it paints a very relevant question. Like um, for me, like, is it necessary, to eat this creature?
yeah,
Um, and yeah, it looks like the girl's ready though. I mean, she's ready. She's ready for lunch.
yeah. Well,
Ready for the
it's
lamb chops.
funny because you said you at the beginning you said about like you would feel different if you had to kill this animal in order to eat it, and it reminds me of this experience that I had where um, so when I was a child, we used to go to visit my grandpa parents um, for the holidays and spend there 1 2 weeks, and it's this super small village from like the no-go zone of Spain, and 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 my grandfather, he was always the one preparing the meat, and he was the one responsible of killing the little rabbits that we were gonna eat in the paella later on. And and I remember this time where I really wanted to see it because I like my we were going to the farm, taking the rabbits and everything, and I knew what that there's something going on there, and I was like maybe 5 6 years old. I wasn't that little, and I was super curious. I wanted to see it, and my mom didn't want me to see that, to see the act. And my grandfather was doing that in the patio, and I remember sneaking in and going there and asking my grandfather to be there. And I think that he did that in such a good way that I really don't have that trauma or that problem dealing with this feeling, because he was just a figure of authority that explained to me that it was for the good of the lunch for the family. It was a tradition. We needed to do that, and it didn't felt wrong to me at that time because I had this figure of authority that calmed me and showed me in a good way. I guess I don't have all the details. I don't remember all the details, but I don't. I remember that I didn't feel like a normal child could see in a. But yeah, I remember it, and since then, like I never had any trouble. I Of course I understand it and I feel it horrible and said, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I it reminds me how important it was for my grandfather, or for some people, the traditions, the thing, and just something that you have to do. It's like maybe it teaches me something that it's just something that you had to do. You don't know, even if you don't have to do. For him it was something that you had to do, and he was the one
Yeah,
handling that. And I think
yeah.
that handling that part, it's also a difficult one, because as you said, like I don't think that a lot of people will eat it if they had to do it, but he was the one
Mm,
doing it, and
mm,
people were
yeah.
enjoying it, so it's like a sacrifice that you have to do for the others. But it's definitely a difficult topic.
Mm, mm. Yeah, no, definitely. Um,
So how do we call
have
it?
you have you got any? Um,
I want to go so dark with these ones.
what would you say?
Don't think you're gonna be the lucky one, or uh, the thing is, the animal is too young to be eaten, right? Or well, it could be, but she has the fork in her hand, so it's not just like she's protecting it. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, well, you don't know. Maybe she's protecting it with the fork. Maybe she's picked it up and she's holding the animal. And she's like, "No, you will not kill my lamb." And that the fork is her only weapon.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe
that's an option as well.
that'd be a good situation. But I don't know. I want to see it in the opposite way, where it's more like,
You want lamb chops?
but yeah, it's a difficult one to eat or not to eat.
Yeah. Well, it's choices, right? Yeah.
Choices. I like it. Choices. Let's call it choices. Already got with this one. Oh man, we did a lot, huh? What do you think, Scott? Should we continue for another 30 minutes? We do a 3 hours live show. It's gonna be the first one that long. And
Why not?
let's
I'm
go.
gonna have to get my charger though. I'll get my laptop charger. I'll be back in a second. I'll turn my screen off for a microsecond.
It's getting dark. It's getting difficult, guys, huh? I'm tired. It's emotionally challenging. Plus, at the same time, the live stream. But yeah, great exercise. Love it. I remember watching at this one. To do. I titled it "No One Tells Me What to Do."
Hmm. Nice.
Okay, so we have the apple back, but this time it's on fire. Come on.
Whatever was injected into it is flammable.
Exchange says, going deep. Appreciate you both, and Doc, of course, for giving us something to participate in.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
yeah.
great exercise. I agree. What a wonderful privilege it is to actually have, because many of us that are going to be collecting these things, these beautiful bits of artwork, aren't artists ourselves.
Mhm.
But to have something that we've helped to co-create inscribed on Bitcoin, very cool.
Yeah.
This piece
Very.
though, I'm not sure about this piece though.
Well, thank you, DocT, to repost this stream. Thank you to repost this stream now. I think that he was just waiting to see if
To see if it was worth reposting. Is
exactly.
that
Uh,
no?
oh my god.
Okay, yeah,
She's
I'm not
looking at
sure.
it in a very calm way, you know. She's pretty comfortable with the situation. So I guess that she's the one who. What does it mean, man? I reach a point where I just want to know what DocT means about each artwork exactly. I, look, we got the guys that are reposting the stream just now after 3 hours almost. We are extremely tired, and a lot of people are
Think
going to
we've got
join the
nothing.
stream.
We're just
Okay.
worn out.
Like the guys that are joining the stream now is like, what are these two guys doing? They are just silent in front of a fucking artwork.
That's great. Well, thank you for reposting, Tanner. Well done, buddy. Thank you, and thank you, Doc, as well for being brave enough to actually repost this because we could be doing an absolute nightmare of a job,
True.
butchering these beautiful bits of art with our thoughts. But yeah, it is definitely a fun exercise.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
Well,
this one though, Jura.
man, it's a difficult one. It's really a difficult one.
We'll skip it then.
Yeah, I
Go to the
agree.
next one because otherwise we'll spend too much time
I agree.
on exploding
You got
apples.
this one. Ooh, this one is really cool. I love this
Yeah,
one.
I like this one too. Yeah, I my title for this one was "We Make Do."
We
Yeah.
might do.
We
We
make
make
do
do.
with what we have.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't get what we want in life. But we make do. And this to me this young boy is just he's just making do.
Yeah.
He's got a rock on a chain. He doesn't have his puppy, but yeah, it's just there's always compromise in life. And
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we have to make do. No, not now.
uh,
What do you think?
well, I'd say luggage because it's like this
Luggage.
yeah, because I had people talk about this luggage that you carry on all your life, and this is the first one that you find out that you have to carry for all the rest of your life. And I don't know,
You
like
mean
at least people
you
talk
mean
about
baggage,
luggage,
right? Baggage.
baggage. I don't know if I, sorry, I'm
Yeah,
tired
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
my English is
Baggage. Yeah,
horrible tonight. But like this thing where you have to carry all the time, and usually people talk about this in relationships. Like, what's your baggage then? I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Like, okay, what's your baggage? This thing that you will find out at one point, and but that everyone has their own. So, but
It's
I
true.
prefer your title. So you said that uh,
We
we
make do.
we make do.
I like this piece actually. It's really striking, and
I love the
like
ones with
it's
the crocodiles too.
to me as well. Like, and she looks somewhat, albino or albino. How it depends
Yeah,
on where you're from, where you'd say it. And there's that mutual respect. Even though they're completely different species, and they'll never see eye to eye. Obviously, one's a predator, one's a young girl, but there's that mutual respect because she can see that it's different as well, and I think it's really cool. I think it's such a great piece. Um, I think my title for that piece was Alliance. Um,
alliance.
yeah,
Nice. Tanim said attached for the previous one. So like it attached, and it's funny because it's I don't know if attached also in English has this secondary meaning where you actually care about the thing that you are attached to.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Ooh, interesting one.
The giant frog on the keyboard. It's
Uh,
I just
is
I
this
only had
Pepe taking over the internet or what?
I just had typo for this one. I just had
Type.
nothing else other than typo.
Nice.
Um, it's just like a really striking piece. For me, obviously, it just doesn't have any personal relevance,
Hmm. Yeah,
but visually, it's a really cool piece. I like it.
yeah,
But
like it too. Already went for this one. Hmm. This one is also one in the top ones,
yeah,
and I understand why.
yeah, I had the title duality for this piece.
Hmm. Well, definitely, it's talking about this, and when we talked about the other ones with the angel wings, now that I remember it, I was even wondering if we couldn't connect it to the loss of someone, and that's when you kind of grow your more evil parts, and or if it's you just lost your last angel feather, like from now on it's pure evil, or
Pure devil.
you're it's just grown.
Yeah,
I'm an
it's a
Athena.
striking piece, though. Very
Yeah,
striking.
this one is amazing. Yeah. I would just see like it's the last feather, and oh, winter is coming.
What would you call it?
Maybe winter is coming, or because
Really?
you could connect it also to the leaves in a tree, but here it's more like you. Thing is, you could call it duality, or you can be very simply it's fallen angel. Tanim said, but I love this thing about saying like it's over now and it's the last one, and it marks this transition. And
Yeah.
fallen angel, I like it. Mm.
It's a strong piece.
I don't know, maybe No Way Back or it's
Crossroads.
Crossroads. Crossroads? Why?
Crossroads. Like you're at a
Uh,
crossroad. Like which way do you go?
but for me, it's not about choosing anymore. Like for me, that's so it's over. You lost your the last part of you that was pure. You lost it, and from now on, it's pure cynicism. You know, it's like
Give us salami.
a pure salami. That's uh,
Okay, well,
oh,
go
I
solid.
no way back. I don't know.
Here we go again.
Uh, I love this one
uh,
because
well,
it's very similar to the other one, but at the same time it's completely different because the rabbit is not there anymore. It's just
it's not there,
it's
but
not there. It's a
the picture
picture.
of it is just like
It's
staring at him though. It's like
exactly. It's even better.
it's still making him feel guilty, even though the rabbit is no longer there. Like it's like guilt, right? Like this. It's like this because like he's looking at the meat like he's sus. Like he's really sus. He's like, I haven't seen my rabbit. Now there's this big piece of meat here. What's
I,
going on?
I thought you were part of the family.
Okay, not a an honest representation of our best work there, Docs. I'm very sorry about that, but
Yeah.
we're going to go with it anyway. It's getting late.
Uh, this is like the last phase of the art of the show where we just say the first thing that comes to our minds. Oh man, this one I'm really lucky. I think I never experienced such a thing, but I can guess where it comes from. Um, I don't know if and I love it because it's crazy how it connects with her hair. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
do you think that it talks about these typical spine problems, back problems? I guess so, but because I
Oh,
had a friend that was suffering a lot from that, uh, and it
I
really
think it's
described her.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, our spine. It's the unseen support system of our body, right? Like we don't often think about our spine,
Yeah,
but
but don't you
it's
think that
actually
she has a problem? Because look at her hands, like they are kind of bloody in a way. Or no?
I definitely think that she's got a problem.
Okay.
I definitely think that that there is an issue there for sure. But I mean, for me, it's still that support. It's that support system, right? Without
Mm,
a spine, we're nothing, you know. And
true.
it even goes back to people calling people that are cowards. You know, they call them spineless,
Mm,
right? So if you haven't got a spine, you're spineless. You know, you're a coward. Um, uh, the whole shape of the spine and everything, obviously, it's quite bent, very rounded, and so forth. Um, but that could just be the way that it's represented in this image. But
mm,
yeah, knowing Doc's background, obviously, it's signifying something. But for me, the spine is all about support. I just can't get away from seeing an image like this without thinking about
port.
support. And and our spine is like silent support. It's always there. Um, and that can be related back to our family, our spouses, our
Yeah,
children, our
true.
parents, all those sorts of things, support our support network, right?
Mm.
Our vivid community, family,
We
right?
call it
We've got
Vivid
our support
Community.
system.
Art on Bitcoin tag.
That's it.
Let's call it support.
But yeah, I just can't see something like that without thinking support something.
True.
So I couldn't even see what you ended up putting as the title of the
Support,
name.
support. But
Oh,
it's funny because just Tanim just wrote when I suggested the title, he said strained, which is pretty good too. You really like the one word titles, huh? Very particular one, also. We don't see many like this one in the collection.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's powerful. It's a really powerful piece. What it says to everybody is going to be very different, obviously, but it's definitely a powerful piece.
Hmm. I would love to call it censorship
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
because he suddenly feels half naked after it, also. But
Okay,
yeah, go
violated. Yeah. Okay.
censorship.
Okay.
Okay, okay. This one I got already. Oh, yeah, this one is also very cool.
This is another strong piece, isn't it? Yeah.
You could play with many things here. I'd love to talk about, like, for me, it comes to the family because for me, this is a portrait. This is a family portrait, let's say. And it's like, I want to go against the family portrait, let's say, and showing me in a different way. Like, okay,
Mhm.
showing my true personality, going against what they wanted me to be or how they represented me.
Mhm.
Or you could also go just maybe in a simpler way of saying, I don't know, just rebellion, being rebellious. Also, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
he's sitting in a chair, like he's chilling.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time he's showing his own work. That's it's like I really see, the artist in front of his artwork in an art fair. It's the third day. No one asks anything about the artwork. He's just standing there. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, and there may be a great deal of that might be a correct and true representation of himself from himself, like that other people don't see. Perhaps he's very angry
Hmm.
inside. Perhaps there's feelings inside him that he can't
Yeah. So angry
normally
inside could be a wound one.
normally he can't voice those things, right, because it's not accepted in society to be
Yeah.
able to express yourself freely. But maybe that artwork is showing that there's a fire inside him that's it's
Hmm.
blazing brightly.
Yeah. Not totally angry inside. Why not? Hmm. This one is also very good.
I call this one regret. um,
We definitely can see that it's not going towards the apple, guys.
yeah, regret. I think we've all been in situations in our
uh,
life where we've put ourselves in a certain situation, and when it's
don't you want
too
it?
late,
Instant regret.
when we realize it's already too late to back out of that situation.
I agree.
So
But for me, this is the
definitely,
instant regret because it's like it all happens super fast. You're like, oh yeah, let's go. It's funny. I'm just gonna put the apple here, but 10 seconds later, you already know that it really
yeah,
wasn't a good idea.
yeah.
Instant regret. All right, they got this one.
No, you mean we already skipped that one?
Yeah, well, true.
This really speaks of nature's indifference to me, and how we're here for a very short time, and then
Hmm.
we're gone. But the world, the earth, nature carries on, and completely indifferent to our struggles. Our BMW that's now rusting in somebody's field, and the house that's been bulldozed that we used to live in and paid mortgage on for 70 years has now been bulldozed, and there's a block of apartments there now, and nature just carries on. Nature just repurposes that skull. They can little squirrel can store some nuts in that skull there. um, it just moves on. So yeah, nature's indifference to me, it's
Nature's
just
indifference. Indifference. like this. Yeah. Ooh, white snake.
I just see pure confidence, in this image.
Right, of pure confidence.
You know, just so confident,
Yeah. No,
and
man. I think you said it all with that title. I think I love it. Pure confidence.
I don't have a title for this piece. Once again, it's so normal for DocT's collection. It's just so normal. It's like I'm not sure what to make of it.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't really get why there is this red zone. On the right.
Mm.
Let's just skip it, man. If it doesn't resonate with us, just skip it. Oh, no,
Facts.
no, we did. But this one, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool image. I called this one yield. We just once again we just so often don't think about where our clothes come from. The cotton that's it's in everything, right? It's in our socks, it's in our underwear, it's in our t-shirts, it's in and the yield is just so often overlooked, and it comes from these amazing little creatures, and um, yeah, it's so easy to be disconnected, isn't it, these days because of modern convenience, and we don't have to, raise these animals ourselves. We don't have to take them to the market. We don't have to, buy wool to spin. We don't have to. It's just we forget about the animals these days. We forget about where our food comes from. We forget about where cotton and wool comes from, and like wool's just in everything. Same as cotton. But I mean, obviously, cotton's a it's probably classed as a more humane way of getting materials. Depends on the
Well,
workers, though.
the thing exactly, that's what I was going to say. It depends on
Yeah,
how,
there's always that side of it. So yeah,
and
it's
that's
always it's
that's
always
what I
hard to
find
know.
difficult with all this topic because I don't know where to draw the line.
Yeah, it's hard to
And
know.
you know about this famous, you know, ad where they say, "Where do you draw the line?" And you have all these animals, and you have like dogs, cats,
Yeah.
and then you
Okay.
have what we actually eat. And it's funny because where do you draw the line? And here you can say the same thing. Okay, what do I consider immoral?
Mm,
And I repeat myself at the beginning, like I think that the real problem with this is the hypocrisy or not knowing or not accepting, and that's why, at least for myself, like I don't know if it's just this desire of not being hypocritical, but for me there is no really line. It's like it depends on the lifestyle, the culture, and how do you do it. But for some people it's like, oh yeah, of course I will never eat a horse. Well, I've
mm,
eaten horse meat, I've eaten rabbit meat, and at least rabbit meat it was everywhere here in South Spain. Like,
mm,
and I know that some cultures eat dogs and cats, right? So I wouldn't have I wouldn't have any problem trying it. I never tried dog or cat meat, but I know that if I'm in a country where they eat that, I wouldn't have a problem trying it because
interesting.
I don't want to
In-
be an hypocrite regarding that topic. Like I know that what I'm doing, it's like I would prefer not have to eat animals, of course, and I think, but for me, I don't see the difference between a dog or a cow or sheep. Like both are animals, magnificent
You're an
creatures.
animal, Gerard. You're an
I
animal.
animal, and
All
that's
right. Next vivid artist retreat, we're going to all eat a little bit of Gerard. Not the
exactly.
salami though.
Yeah, let's go. No, but the thing is, if you have to, you will you will do it, and
Oh, push comes to shove, if it's life or death and survival, then yeah,
exactly.
people
So
will eat virtually anything. Absolutely. But I mean, for me, this picture is not so much.
it's not so much
Um,
about that, of course, but
it's not so much about that, but it's about the forgotten little animals. Like where does our wool come from for our socks and this and our jumpers and this and that. We just often forget about the animal, but I think that image just highlights it perfectly. It's really cool.
mhm. Foundation says, "Oh my god, it's true." Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean,
I know that we have so completely different ways of treating that topic. It's crazy. But do you
yeah,
understand what I mean? It's like if I say that, it's because I don't want to be in a dissonance, cognitive dissonance. We're saying, oh yeah, this thing I consider it that I can eat, and the other one I
no,
can't.
I know exactly
Why?
what you mean.
And
100%.
of course
No, I know exactly what you mean.
it's crazy,
Exactly what you
but
mean. Exactly.
but some people don't get it, and I don't know.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you,
I mean, there's no way I would eat dogs. I mean, there's just no way. There is just no way. I mean, I love dogs
I
so
love
much. I
dogs
mean,
too.
I'd
I
eat
have a
you
dog, but
before
and
I eat a dog.
yeah.
Like seriously.
But the thing is, like, where do they eat dogs and cats? Do they eat dogs and cats in
Asia,
Thailand?
ate
In
China,
in Thailand?
Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. Not
Thailand?
not not so much.
Okay, because we're gonna be in Thailand, so we maybe I'll try it
Get
there.
you a get you a little. No, I'm not gonna facilitate anything
Can we
like
go
that. It's just
facilitate anything? Uh, Basil says, "I understand just adding color." Yeah, exactly. But people will eat other people when it comes to staying alive. Exactly, exactly. But the thing is, right now you don't have to eat any animal to survive if you want. Scotch Fox here is the living
base
proof.
base chain. If we do need to eat somebody, we'll start with a person with salami in their name.
Exactly. So you're
Yeah,
saying that you will start eating my salami? Oh, that's really not
that's
the.
not exactly
It's
what
really
I
not the
said.
best part to eat because you're gonna starve in 3 hours. You're gonna be hungry
Not what I
again,
said.
man.
We might feed that to the dogs, though. Just a role reversal.
I am hungry now. Tanim. Uh, oh my
All
god.
right, move on.
Okay,
Did you get the
well,
name?
let this be the last one then, because we reached the
Yield.
3 hours objective, man.
Complete.
So
Let's just see what the next one is, though.
yeah.
Can
So
you put a
what
name,
was the
please?
title that you wanted?
Yield.
Yield. That's a good one. For sure.
I mean, I haven't spent a long time thinking about this one, but I see, this is great. This one. I love this one.
Who's anyone?
These are the sorts of artworks from DocT that are just, they're very powerful,
Yeah,
and
this one is very powerful.
they just they make you think, and they're quite stunning in their own right. And even if you can't necessarily connect with that piece, there's something about it that is striking, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Hmm. Yeah,
What I would call it, I'm not sure. I
that's
haven't
very cool one.
haven't got anything special for that,
Well,
but
the
very
good thing
very
is that we don't have to title it. I think that
good.
we reach our
Good.
objective. I think that
Okay.
we can count on other collectors to participate
Yeah.
in here too.
There's no way we would get through all of them in one sitting. There's
I
just no
think we
way.
did quite a lot. Maybe I think we did half of the collection. Seriously,
Nah.
I think we did. No, no, no.
But it was a good effort. I think it was a good effort.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I love seeing that. Well, guys, please, if you got a DocT piece, help us suggest titles. You have you have the URL here, and you have the link also to the Discord. But yeah, it's a great exercise, very difficult one. Oh man, I think that we did kind of great. I was really afraid of what this live is gonna look like, and I like it. I think it was a good conversation. We shared
Yeah,
some
well, I mean,
good stories.
there's no shortage of conversation, is
Yeah,
there, when you're looking through a collection like this? I mean, there's so much to that you can talk about, and as we say, everybody isn't going to resonate with every piece,
yeah,
but
just as
we
we.
all see different things. That's completely normal, and that shows the scope of the collection as well. That there's a lot of different topics, subjects that people can vibe with or
Yeah.
not. So it's perfect, and it's a fantastic collection. As I say, I've probably spent more time with it than probably most others, and I just love it. I'm, yeah, fascinated by it.
Well, I'm glad that you resonate with it, and I hope that a lot of people will too. Oh man, I'm so tired. It was really an exhausting exercise.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was lucky that I had some pieces already,
yeah,
titled. So, but there's a lot there that I still haven't titled, and as I say, it takes an immense amount of time and thought. And the titles that I did have aren't necessarily the best titles, of course. It's
yeah.
just, um, I think it's a yeah, it's a weighty responsibility aiming and naming a piece of art.
Hmm.
Because I mean, let's face it, it's going to be on the blockchain forever, and we want. It's not just about our experience, It's
Hmm.
about the piece as well. So we have to respect the piece to some degree.
Oh,
So
that's what Doc said. Here, I'm just gonna put it again in the about the collection. I love this sentence that says, "Revisiting elsewhere means discovering that your memories are not yours; they are human constants, dressed in your own colors." And I think that we really experienced that today, right? But yeah, 100%. The thing is, it's gonna be forever on chain, yes, and it's gonna represent both DocT and also the whole Vivid community, art on Bitcoin. So yeah, we're really leaving an interesting mark here on the blockchain, and people want to censor us. Come on, like they really don't want this kind of stuff to be inscribed on the Bitcoin blockchain. What do they want to be inscribed then?
good luck. But like another great parallel, going back to the street art that I was talking about earlier. Everybody wanted to get rid of graffiti as well. The street artists were the rebels. They would be going out there and they'd be putting their art, on mediums that were not theirs,
Hmm.
or graffitiing and marking up people's walls, doors, driveways, whatever it was. But they were the real rebels, and then out of that movement, that street art movement, came some phenomenal artists, and I mean, like look at the likes of course Banksy, but there are many others as well, and even Thank You X, he was a street artist as well. He started in doing street art, and a wonderful artist now. And there's art on Bitcoin. We may be the rebels. We may be the people that are putting spam and graffiti on the mother chain, but I mean, this is the way. Honestly, it's the way that the all good movements start. Is with a bunch of rebels that
with
just
with
won't
the
back
weapon
down,
of mass
that never say
liberation.
die. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, absolutely. I mean, this is the way that it works, and everybody fights against it. Everybody pushes back, and then all of a sudden, it just becomes completely normal, and everybody accepts it. And these moments that we're living in now will soon be forgotten,
Hmm.
because it will just become normal, and everybody will just be like, "Art on Bitcoin is a complete thing." So yeah, it's a pretty cool. Pretty cool stage to be living right now.
Oh man, I wish we could, you know, put this live show on Bitcoin forever, but it would cost a little bit too much, I guess. That'd be spam. But
Even
yeah,
those additions are just beautiful, right? Those additions are fantastic,
man, the weapon
and
of mass inspiration. It was the intro to all of this. That's the weapon that you need to title art on Bitcoin. And if you
so
want to be
cool,
part of it, you need one. That's how it is.
so
But
cool.
yeah, well, man, thank you everyone who really went through all the live show because it was hard for us. So I can imagine that listening to us was also a difficult
Let's
exercise. But
let's
sorry.
do an experiment. Bud Snob and I think Como and Base Chain were all here at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
We know that because they put messages in the chat. So if Como, Bud Snob, or uh, Base Chain is still with us, put a message. Put a little message in, just so that we know somebody has sat through 3 hours of our ramblings.
Well, we have Doc that said here, highly appreciate you throwing your brains into the grinder there. It's been beautiful, surprising, revealing, and intense. Thank you. Well, thank you, Doc. It's all
Thank you,
because of
Doc.
you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's great hanging out with you, Gerard. As you say, we don't get to hang out as much as we'd like to, but doing this sort of stuff is great. It's fun,
Mhm.
and yeah, what a wonderful way to come together over
Mhm.
amazing art.
I agree.
It's cool.
Well, Base Chain was here. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, let's
we
go.
we have a winner. He's
Uh,
been here the whole 3 hours.
Amazing.
Epic, epic.
But yeah, guys, for the details, so we're finishing the collecting platform. There is a little bit of work there because we wanted to do all these namings, phase, the revealing, and everything. So, but yeah, it's gonna be soon available, and then we'll communicate about the collecting phase. I hope that you guys really resonate with the works and would love to collect. I know that it will mean a lot to Doc and of course to us. So, oh, Bud Snub is here too, and Tanim.
Let's go.
I was here too. Well, Tanim, thank you
Was
so
he
much. Well, I don't
whole the
think
whole
that he
time?
joined.
That's
He joined like half through, but look at his PFP. Like you cannot say anything to him. It's
definitely not
he,
legendary.
he's a portrait of dissonance. Thank you so much, Tanim, for your support, of course. And yeah, guys, see you. We need to do more shows. We need to meet more often, and we need Scotch for the next one. Okay.
All right,
Okay. Well,
on
thank you,
location,
everyone.
or
Sorry.
are we are we going to be on location, or are we going to be
Man, we need to do a live show there. Just
work on it? We'll
work
work on it.
walking in the streets of Thailand, uh, eating dog. Scotch Fow eats dog for the first time. That would get a lot more views than this live show. So
Oh,
we got to choose.
it's not going to
Are
happen.
we influencers here? Are we here to extract people's money? Do we want more views, or do we want to keep doing shows that nobody cares about? Come on, Doug.
Save the dog. Save the dogs.
Save the dogs, guys. All right. I wish I had my dog here. Uh, I appreciate
Thanks,
you
Space
guys for
Jam.
the great
Appreciate you,
show.
mate.
Thank you.
See you soon.
And see you soon for the next live show. Bye bye. We need some rest. Was amazing. Ciao, ciao.